And we welcome you to another edition of This is Wrestling. It's Lever Sage. It's Zach McGibbon. We are on the road to redemption. Not literally, but we will be come Sunday. AEW Redemption pay-per-view in Montreal coming up. We'll do a little preview of it. The WWE has a new radio channel, Zach. And I might have even thrown in that the GM of the Ottawa Senators talked this week.
He did. He certainly did.
Just to be able to nudge a few people. Zach, how are you on this beautiful Thursday night, at least here at the Palatial Estates?
I'm doing pretty good, Mr. Versage. It is nice over here in Belleville as well. It's been a bit of a longer day, just trying to get a bunch of stuff in before getting the stream live here today. But I'm glad to be doing the stream now and getting closer and closer to redemption in Montreal and a whole bunch to talk about when it comes to the world of professional wrestling.
We do have a lot to talk about. We will get to all of it, Zach, but I also will get to things that are going on, in our lives.
Yep.
Our good friends. I have a lot of good friends. Got the Marlborough pub hat on.
Yep.
The Ashton Brewing Company, obviously a very good friend of This Is OSN, have come out with a new Valley Gold.
Ooh.
Yep. Nice can. And a nice, refreshing wheat beer. Just wanted to get that in.
There you go.
Also, you can't see. Ripley, where are you? See, I can't.
There might be a run in here. Oh, I just saw. There.
Oh, there's Ripley. See? Hi, Rip. So Ripley, the dog.
Yes.
I'm dog sitting.
Yep.
And look who's here. Cheers, says MVB. Marcus, good to hear from you. Yes, we are making sure that we go live at least a little bit. We've been doing some taping as well. You had some of the episodes out that we taped, the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
We had WWE Unreal Season 3, Epi 1. Oh, was it epic? Epi 1.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm dog sitting, Zach. And a couple of stories already from this, which is like, come on, man. Like, can it just be simple for me?
Right?
Can it just be simple? It's our good friend Ben Sublier's talk. More importantly, in his wife's and kids' dog. But he always says, "How's my dog?" I'm like, that's rude.
It's the family dog.
Family dog.
Yep.
But Ripley's a little worn out. You see her there on the couch.
Yep.
A little worn out. Went to doggy daycare today.
Yep.
As I went off to work. But last night, I was out for a bit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving the dog here. Ben said, maybe take it back to our house while you're gone. I'm like, nah, she'll be fine. Walk in.
Oh boy.
Walk in. Hey, Ripley. Like nothing. Walk in downstairs. Like she hasn't been upstairs at all. Won't follow me upstairs. But I come in, like not in the lower level whatsoever. I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Uh-oh. But then I see her kind of waking up, I guess, sleeping at the top of the stairs. And I'm like, oh, and she's like kind of waking up. And then all of a sudden she gets really, really excited to see me. And like just so excited. And she pees all over the floor.
Oh. Well, I can tell you, Lee, I have not had that reaction whenever I come on to This Is Wrestling, where I get so excited to record, where I've, peed myself.
Yeah. Well, I've said to people today, it's been a long time since I came home that someone was so excited to see me, they peed themselves. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Have to admit. And yeah, hi Rip. Riptide? What should we call it? Riptide? Rip Dog?
Yeah. Both work, I think. Going out for a rip. A ripper.
Yeah, but Rip's just too easy. Ripper? Rip Dog? Riptide.
Riptide.
I don't know. She's not responding to much. Doggy daycare wore her out.
Yeah, you could see just on the screen right now. She is just laid out on that couch. I'm like, man, I would love to be like that right now, just laid out, ready to go.
Exactly. I hit the alarm went off at before 6:00 this morning for me, and so I was feeling a little logy. But you know what? I said, I got Zach. I got AEW Redemption.
Yep.
I got Rich is here, who says, "Woo! Can't wait for the show. Just got my wheel bearing fixed and ready to go."
Nice.
I can tell you there is nothing worse when you're driving around and your wheel bearing is going to go, and then you're just like, how much is this going to be? And you can hear it. It's got the distinctive noise. Like, that noise is not going to get better.
Yeah.
I remember it distinctly. So I'm glad, Rich, that's all fixed up, ready to go on the road to Montreal. But so today, Zach, I finished work. I'm going to pick the Riptide up from Doggy Daycare, send them a text. Hey, I'm on my way. Be there in 20 minutes. Don't hear anything for about 10 minutes. Text comes back. You forgot the leash and harness. I said, okay. I'm sure that was not meant for me because I haven't picked Ripley up yet.
Right. It'd be tough to forget something when you haven't even gone over to pick up the dog.
Right. But then I get a text back again from the people watching and daycare that says, Lee, you picked up Ripley. You're so funny. What?
Oh, no.
Like, no, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
But the really good news is that they texted Ben and Sam about the leash and the harness.
So it wasn't just one.
No, so then they're texting me like, I don't know why you forgot the leash and the harness, but there's an extra one here, and like they're on vacation. I'm like, nothing is happening. Like, I'm just on the way to get the dog. That's it.
Jeez.
Right? Like, and then I'm trying to text them like what's going on, and they're not understanding what's going on, and I don't blame them. Like, they're on vacation. So finally, I just picked the dog up. I sent them the screenshot of our conversation. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I think she thought she was funny, like the second time, or I don't know, but everything's good. Oh, Ripley's eyes are shut. Okay,
I'm telling you, she is out cold.
Yeah, Rich says the wheel bearing's so bad they thought it was the motor. I've been there, and that's what I was talking about. And Rich says, hope to see you guys at the show. Well, absolutely, Rich. We'll make that happen. I think, just tell you what, email me at versagelee@gmail.com.
There you go. You know who reached out to me recently and said they were going to the AEW Redemption show in Montreal?
The stupid mystery champion London Lightning?
No.
No, okay.
I didn't get that. Although he will be in Montreal for the mystery show on that Saturday.
Yeah, of course, it's the champion.
Yeah, you got to defend the belts and show up.
A comedy show. You know what? That's what he's best at. Comedy.
Hey, well, look, he's going around talking about telling people how much he's got the smallest package in wrestling. So, Can
we discuss something quickly?
Sure.
I'm not a big social media guy. You know this.
Yep.
Like, I'm on there a little bit. I'm scrolling, but like I'm not on very much. Can we get rid of this preparing for my Netflix documentary on...
Oh, that trend? Yeah.
whatever?
Yes. That has been all over people's algorithms, is that for sure.
I just put my email up in the comments.
There you go.
Yeah. And I remembered because, of course, London Lightning, the kind of leech to anything new that's coming up that he is, did one on preparing to talk about having the world's smallest package.
Yes.
Really nifty, London. Really nifty. Come up with your own thoughts.
Well, look, you got to hop onto the trends. That's what it's all about. You get on TikTok and you get on the trends, and
Yeah.
theoretically you hit the algorithm. No, I've not. I have not gone on the TikTok and gone on the algorithm.
So don't say that's what you need to do.
I mean more for a guy like London Lightning, or somebody trying to like make a name for themselves in a public setting. I have not gone down
to make names for ourselves in public settings here.
It's true, but I think we're going about it. I don't think, and I could be wrong here. The chat might totally disagree, but I don't think they need you or I doing TikTok dances, for the trending audios. I really don't think they need to. Like, you're not going to believe it, folks, but the dance that everybody else has been doing to that song, we would do the same thing because that's the trend. You don't really need to see us do that. So no. I think that's all good. But no, it is not London Lightning who reached out and said that he would be at AEW Redemption.
Well, I'm all out of guesses.
it's a mutual friend of ours. Will Macklin reached out and said he's going to be down.
Oh, Mister, I'm co-hosting parties in Ottawa.
Yes,
Will Macklin.
That one, yes.
The one that he's co-hosting parties at a bar to watch wrestling.
Correct.
And hasn't reached out to us.
He reached out to the Facebook, I believe, a while back, and then
I'm just saying, like, we've taught him everything he knows about the world of professional wrestling, and now he's hosting parties.
Right.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So, but we'll be seeing Will down there.
Excellent.
There's a couple of people that reached out to me saying that they'll be down as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to seeing everyone. I hope we get down there early. We got a van full.
Yep.
You, me, Tanner Ryle, Ben Sublier, Big Mac, Steve McKenzie for his first AEW wrestling show, first wrestling show in a while.
There you go.
Talk about hopping on a trend.
Right? It's got to be with us.
And like one of the best newscasters. I was going to say, like, in the mornings, one of the best producers that wakes up at 3 a.m. that I've ever met, Chris Holsky.
Yes. Holsky's been fired up, but let me tell you.
Okay. So we're going down, and look, if you guys know people, Rich, Stardust Tesla, anyone else that's going, we will come. We will hang out. Let's make that happen. I got my Hangman Page shirt on right now. Just hoping. Do we see Hangman Page? I don't know, Zach, but I'm hoping so. So we had the final Dynamite headed towards Redemption. What did you think of said show, or kind of the last build towards Redemption? Because it is missing some star power here. Like, Hangman's not around, Swerve is not around, MJF is not around. Yeah. So some of the bigger guys may be getting ready for All In. We know that Will Ospreay is wrestling in a tag match, which does help him not go 20, 25, 30 minutes.
Yep.
So there is some protection of some of their stars going into All In, and I totally understand that. I really do. Like, I don't love it that it's the show that we're going to, but I get the philosophy of the protection of some of your biggest assets right before your biggest show. I didn't love Dynamite, I have to say, with the lead up. I didn't love it, but I'm still excited for some of the matches. I'm still excited to go. I'm still excited to get my Painmaker shirt that they better have ready. What did you think of Dynamite?
Yeah, as a final push, sometimes with AEW, when it comes to their final pushes into pay-per-views, I find that it's not always 100%. It feels like, I don't want to say they're taking it easy, but they're going about 70 to 80% going into a pay-per-view. And sometimes when you look at some of the storylines when they progress, you could tell that they've kind of run out of ideas to try to extend it one more week. And so they'll do something that doesn't work as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was holding out when it came to the card itself. I saw, even in our own chat, there were people that were like, "Oh, this card's not looking great" or whatever. And I was like, at that time, I was like, "There's 4 or 5 matches in. Let's wait to see some of the other matches now because we know how filled those cards can be for AEW, and especially with it starting at 6 p.m. for the pay per view on Sunday. I would imagine they're going to try and fill it up." And we ended up getting the announcement of that tag match, as you mentioned, with Ospreay and Moxley taking on the Young Bucks, which I think should be a really fun match. I'm looking forward to that. There's a couple of matches on here that I think could be really solid. But in terms of star power, like you mentioned, I was hoping for something a little bit more on the Hangman Page explanation front because he showed up to the one Collision. They announced it in a Twitter graphic, like 2 hours before the show. He comes in, is like, "Whoa, okay," and then he explains himself, and then we haven't heard from him since. So I understand that. I think I read earlier today that during Tony Khan's media call that there's supposed to be more of an explanation after Redemption. I might be confusing that with Swerve, but I know that he said more things will come into place at that point. But I would have liked a little bit more of a follow up. Doesn't even have to be a match announcement, but just more like a better idea of what we're going, because the more that we get away from that promo from a Collision, the further it gets from your mind. It's like, oh yeah, he's already returned to AEW and he returned on a Collision, which I don't mind him returning on a Collision. I was more like, oh, they just announced it only a few hours beforehand instead of doing this big reveal on the Dynamite, be like, he's going to return on Collision. You better tune in. It was all very weird how they've kind of handled that so far.
And quite frankly, I think they've made a couple of mistakes lately. From, as you said, not announcing Hangman until a couple hours before, and he just kind of came, and now he's gone. Hasn't really done anything. There's been no explanation for Swerve. And then how about running accidentally with Renee Paquette and my guy, RJ City?
Yeah. Big fan.
No. You know what? But him being in a video that they should not have released.
Yes.
I think that's fair for me to see him in a blooper.
Yeah. But I blame that more on TSN than
AEW released a video saying, yeah, okay, but why are you making the video and sending it to them if you were going to change your mind? Anyway, they ran a video saying Kenny Omega was hoping to get his redemption and get the title back from MJF. And like, you're like, that's already happened.
Yeah.
And they ran that video. And look, if the WWE did it, we'd be all over them. So, not a great look.
I agree. I think having, how do I say this? Sometimes with TSN, as we've been familiar with sometimes in the past, quality control isn't some of their strongest suits, let's just say. So I saw that and I initially was thinking, oh, well, that's kind of silly that would be allowed to happen, especially when you're broadcasting it out on your television station. But at the same time, you would wish that there would be some sort of communication being like, hey, we've changed direction here. I get it. You want to get some promo videos out and you want to try and promote what's coming up on your show and what's coming up on your cards. But you would wish that there'd be more communication between the two of saying, oh, we've gone a different direction. However, for whatever reason, we've gone in this direction. But no, it ended up being something trending on Twitter for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bad mistake. And it just makes them look silly. And it makes them look a little amateur.
Yep.
For me. Let's go through the card and talk about the specific matches. And let's start with a match that was just announced that Jay White and Juice Robinson are going to go up against David Finlay and Clark Connors in a double chain tag team match. Kind of an odd thing. No? Like just announced? Like they didn't I know they've been in a few, but they didn't quite build to anything like this. And now it's a double chain match. It's not a double dog collar match.
Yeah, for
which,
the dogs.
which is just well, I'll ask you, what's the difference? Other than I understand the collar is not around the neck.
Yeah.
I get that. But other than that, what's the difference? The chain's going to be tied to each guy, is it not?
Theoretically speaking, yes. You just totally blew up my explanations. Like, all right, well, I can't make that thing like one's around the neck and the other's around the wrist or whatever. Yeah, I mean, sometimes with Tony Khan, he's got like he wants to get some gimmick matches on the show, and it has been something in the case of David Finlay and Jay White that they have been ever since Jay White returned to TV that got such a massive reaction to the palatial estates. It was heard on my end here in Belleville that it's something that they've been building for a while, but it does kind of seem odd. It feels like something that they wanted to add to the card and make sure that there's some sort of depth, but it does kind of feel a little bit out of place, at least the stipulation aspect of it.
That's it. It feels out of place to me.
Yep.
Any thought to the fact that you think the dogs could win, or is this like slam dunk Jay White's back? Jay White's winning.
The only thing I can think of with the dogs winning is if they wanted to extend it and try and build something to the eventual singles match between Jay White and David Finlay. So you could have them win this gimmick match, and you could have it where, if I recall correctly, like depending on what the rules of this chain match are, you could protect Jay White a little bit if you wanted to. So, and plus you have Juice Robinson in there who could take a pin too if need be. So if it is going to be a pinfall matchup. So that could be an angle you could look at where this is a way to kind of build up for the feud even more so that they eventually have the match at All In, which would be very much like an undercard match, but at least you could argue that'd be built.
You're predicting what?
I'm gonna say the dogs win just to build up this feud, eventual singles matchup between Jay White and David Finlay.
Yeah, I think you've convinced me.
Mm-hmm.
The Juice Robinson's definitely going to take the pin in that scenario. Yeah, I think you've convinced me.
There you go.
We'll see if that's a trend as the show goes on. Let's get to the other match they just announced, a 6-way. I think it's called a Zach McGibbon match. To determine the number one contender for the AEW International Championship. Hornswoggle, Zach McGibbon always need ladders to get to the same height as everybody else. So no wonder Zach doesn't like them, and no wonder they're there all the time. A ladder match was announced. You had to cringe a little bit.
I did give out oh, come on. I thought like we were so close to getting to the I saw a ladder match the last time they were here.
Yep.
Now I got to see another one, and I'm going to hear the same old thing. Oh, they're going to do all these big amazing spots, and they're going to like really put I'm like, yeah, that's every ladder match I've ever watched the last 5 years. I know how this all works. You'd be like, "Ooh, he did a moonsault off the top of." Yes, I know. It's a ladder match.
They did a Canadian destroyer onto another ladder.
Yes, I know how this all works. I know what the spots are going to be, and I'm not saying it's not going to be, a spectacle. And I'm sure, like, I'm going to be the one guy in the crowd. Everyone's going to go, "Whoa!" And I'll have my arms folded. I'll be tapping my foot. It's like, all right, can we get to the tag match between Moxley and Ospreay versus the Bucks now?
We haven't even told people who's in this match yet, Zach.
Not the full. We don't have the full card, unless you want to spoil yourself on at Redemption, because I believe there's qualifiers on Collision or whatever.
Yeah. So Collision's on tonight.
Yes.
And we're going to spoil it. So the 6 people in the match: Beast Mordos, Commander, the Prodigy, Nick Wayne.
I like him.
El Clone.
Yes.
This is Ben's guy.
Yeah.
Ben loves some El Clone. Jack Perry,
Oh God.
newly inked Jack Perry,
Yep.
and I'm sure the crowd favorite, Speedball Mike Bailey, to determine the number one contender for the AEW International Championship. All right, let's talk this out. Mike Bailey is going to be the favorite, but should he be the favorite?
He has been featured on TV. He's still kind of been on the outskirts of the Kevin Knight stuff with that rivalry, I guess you could say. He's somebody on the outskirts. If they wanted to condense some belts here, because Kevin Knight still has his championship. And if you wanted to put the belt on Speedball Mike Bailey for the international championship and do something where it's like a merger of the belts, a unification, dare I say, and you could have it as part of this rivalry between the two, have that going on at All In. That could be something you could look at if you wanted to as a favorite. There's a part of me, because Jack Perry's in this match and he just signed a new contract, where I'm like, they're going to put the belt on Jack Perry, aren't they? And he's going to get the big victory and all that. So those are the two that are hovering in my mind on who could potentially win. Like, I would love it if it was Beast Mortos or even a Nick Wayne, because I am a Nick Wayne guy. He's still so young, but I think that guy has so much upside that
I do too.
He could be. Now, the thing is, you don't want to rush somebody like that. Like, you want to make sure that he's still able to grow, because he's still very young. But having said all that, like, I think my two favorites right now would be Speedball and Jack Perry.
Okay. Who are you picking?
You see, I've been in a tough spot with Jack Perry before. So it's very tough. I don't really want to give a prediction because
you can feel the conflict in Zach's head through your listening device right now.
Yes. Man, it's tough. It's a tough decision. I'm going to say they're going to go with the hometown pop and put it on Speedball Mike Bailey, but I can't wait to just put my hands in my head after Jack Perry wins it and screws me over once again, 2026 edition. So
our guy Erickson saying, sorry to interrupt, fellas. Need to know if Lee's playing pickleball tonight. Cool dog, by the way. What? So I'm just supposed to answer this? Like, about plans tonight during a show, Eric?
I mean, if you're gonna get an answer, it'd be right now, live on the air,
Right.
So
maybe I'll make him wait.
Maybe you'll do like a surprise run-in at the.
Well, maybe I'll say, the answer will be in 15 minutes. Gotta hold on. Guess you got to listen a little bit more.
Yeah. If hypothetically you were going to pickleball, when would it be starting?
I think it starts give or take at 9, but
okay.
No, it's not that close. It's a good 25 minutes from here.
Okay.
But I don't know. Do you leave the dog? This is a live discussion.
Yes.
That Ben and Sam, his wife, will be super happy to hear. Do you leave the dog?
I mean, that dog has been in that position for the last half hour.
Eyes are shut. Like,
yes. Like she has been out. Like, clearly the doggy daycare did its job. And
they run them rampant.
They can run laps.
And I didn't get that. She was there like a good 11 hours today.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no breaks. Like, she's going to be a little tired.
Yes.
So, Eric, it's a probably. It's no guarantees.
Make sure you get a smoke machine so you can make like a big grand entrance and get the music playing. You can have Ricky Steamboat's music playing as you come in, and they'll say, that's the Chicago Bulls music, and then
that's Ricky Steamboat's music. That's
right. Excuse me, sir. Don't you know Ricky Steamboat came out to this in WCW?
So I'm going to throw you a curveball here.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, I'm going to say that neither Speedball Bailey or Jack Perry's going to win.
Okay.
Because on the surface, it certainly seems that way, right?
Yep.
But they just announced this match. And like a very last minute thing. I'm going to think that this title match is going to happen at Grand Slam Mexico. And if it happens at Grand Slam Mexico, who's best to be in it? Is it Beast Mortos? Is it Commander? Is it El Clone? Like any one of those guys. El Clone is kind of in the Don Callis family. There's been some tension in the Don Callis family with Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight. What if El Clone all of a sudden has some dissension in the family? I'm going to pick Beast Mortos to win this.
Oh, I love that pick.
I am, because a Beast Mortos Kyle Fletcher match at Grand Slam Mexico. Are you in as a viewer?
Yeah, I'm in.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where I think they're going to go with this, because it was just announced. Speedball Bailey is the favorite. Obviously, it's in Montreal. He's from Montreal. I get it.
Yeah.
But remember, he's part of Job Speed.
Was part of Job Speed.
Now he's just the jobber of the bunch.
Yeah. So can't wait when it's Jack Perry. And can't wait for that. We're rewarding you with this title match. Congratulations, Jack, for sticking with us. Awesome. Hopefully he comes in on that bus with the dinosaur man and
Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus, yes. And he can honk the horn. He can honk the horn, you know. Honk honk! I'm on the bus. It's like, oh yeah, that's a credible world champion right there. Or incredible. Sorry, not a world champion, an international champion. It sounds like the same thing, but it actually isn't.
Hikaru Shida, Maya World for the AEW TBS Championship. I can tell you that I'm excited to see Maya World live. I think Shida is a very blah TBS champion.
Yes, I agree. We'll see how Maya World kind of progresses and see if she can continue to get I don't want to say the fumes, but continue the momentum from the Mercedes Moné match. I have a feeling, I don't feel like she's been as discussed about since the match. That's my sense. I feel like more people have been discussing about Dave Meltzer not putting a star rating to their match with Mercedes Moné and Maya World than Maya World herself. So it's so I think this is another chance for her on a big stage to show that she can, wrestle at a high level. And she's not facing off against one of, if not the best women's wrestler in the world, in Mercedes Moné. So this will, in a way, kind of be a big test to see, can she be the one that clearly comes out of a match being like, okay, she's clearly the better wrestler.
It's a pay-per-view match.
Yep.
And she's going to have to carry most of it. Yep. I don't know if Shida can. So I'd like to see Maya World win this, because I'd like to see her kind of in the picture after all of this with Willow and Tekla and Mercedes Moné. I'd like to see her kind of in the picture with it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they're going in their own direction, almost like the undercard TBS champion. Well, we're going to have our undercard women challenge Shida for this. So I'm going to pick Shida.
There you go. I'm also picking Shida to retain.
I'll be cheering for Maya World, though.
Absolutely.
Now we start to get into some of the matches that, to me, are a little bit more exciting. And let's go right to the other women's match. Tekla, Willow Nightingale for the AEW Women's World Championship. Man, oh man, Zach, I really do love when Tekla's out there. She's just so much more than some of the other women wrestlers that are going through the moves, and even in the promos, they're not very good. And like they're saying their lines, but you don't believe them at all. And Tekla, you totally believe. This feels like a Willow Nightingale winning the world title and going into All In with the world title against Mercedes Moné. I think that's the match they've always wanted. I would worry very much about where and what Tekla was going to do. Yeah, they're going to do a big Stardom match maybe with her at All In, but what are they going to do after that? They won those, whatever they call the trios championships in Stardom. They call them something. I don't know. The belts are terrible.
Not a fan?
No. Of the
Is
star.
it the Artists of Stardom titles?
Yeah, it's like we're the Artists of Stardom champions, and you're supposed to know that that's the trios women's championships.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Stardom has always got some unique title names for their promotions, so
I'm going to go with Willow Nightingale here. I think they want Willow and Mercedes in the big spot at All In.
I agree. I think they have been trying to build for a Mercedes Moné Willow Nightingale match for a while. They're going to go through with this. I think you're going to get the big moment of Willow winning the title here in Montreal, and it's going to suck because I shouldn't say it's going to suck because I like Willow Nightingale as well. Like I think she's in that upper echelon of women's wrestlers in this company. But man, I've really been enjoying Tekla.
Yeah,
and it's going to be disappointing when they put the title off of her, and you hope that they have something for her at All In. I don't as something to just kind of acknowledge that she did a good job with the championship, because I think if you ask a lot of people, Tekla's really taken over and been somebody that's like, okay, even if she loses the belts here in Montreal on Sunday, she's still somebody that could be a challenger or a player in the women's division, right, for sure.
I agree. I think she's the most watchable woman that's come along in a long time.
Yeah.
Because she's good in the ring, and her character is by far the best character I've seen.
Yep.
We're agreeing here, Zach.
I know, a lot of agreements so far.
Mark Davis, Andrade El Idolo for the AEW National Championship. I'm going to think that if another title changes, that this is going to be the one. But the question, is it going to be the one, Zach?
I think it is. I think Andrade is going to win the championship here over Mark Davis. I think this has the potential to be like an under the radar dark horse, like one of the best matches of the night. Because Mark Davis has he's really stepped up his game, and Andrade is at his best I've seen him in years. And those two are going to go out there motivated in a big spot here. I think this match has a lot of potential to be very, very good. And so I'm looking forward to both of these two. I think the way the story has been progressing, I think it just makes sense for now that Andrade has left the Don Callis family to take something else with him, and that be one of the championships that's being possessed by the Don Callis family with Mark Davis. So I think it makes sense for him to get the championship here from Davis and become the new national champion.
And again, to go to Grand Slam Mexico with the national championship.
Right.
It's going to look good for Andrade. So yeah. I agree. And the same way I feel about Tekla, not as strong about Mark Davis, but to your point, he's really come along. He's really improved. His look is better. The pile driver is crazy. Like, it's a great, great move for him. The unorthodox kind of pile driver out of nowhere. It's not your prototypical pile driver. It's awesome.
Yeah, it looks sick.
So I hope, just like they don't lose Tekla after she loses the championship, I hope they don't lose Mark Davis. Or they stop putting him in some spots here, because I think he's just starting to get going. But it does make sense for Andrade to hold this title, because he's not going to be in the world title picture right now anyway.
Yeah.
So hold it for a little bit. They can take it off of him if they want to put him back in that world title mix. But so I'm also going to pick Andrade. The Painmaker Chris Jericho against the Psycho Killer Tommaso Ciampa. In Zach, get ready for it. No holds barred.
Whoa.
So of the holds that were barred before,
yes,
they took them away and said, no holds are going to be barred.
Everything is going to be allowed here. No holds barred. Oh, I'm going to get an extra count on that 5 count of the ropes. Let me tell you, I'm going to take advantage of that. So, whoa, he got to 6. Well, it's okay. It's no holds barred. He's allowed to do that.
I think Jericho's lost in a bunch of spots since coming back. He's trying to do what's right. But he's coming as the Painmaker. He's coming into Montreal. I would be surprised if he lost.
Lee, you know what I'm going to say. It's a bit I've been saying for years, and it has held true.
Starts with modern?
Yes. It's like every time, Lee, every single time, I could not really think of a time where I've come away, and I've done the opposite in the past, where I was like, okay, well, this surely Chris Jericho has to win this match here. Like this, if there's ever a time for him to win the match, but Lee, he's the modern day Hulk Hogan, right? He wins so many of his matches.
Trying to remember, yeah,
just this reign of terror all over the promotion. So I have to commit to the bit here, Lee. I think Tommaso Ciampa is going to beat Chris Jericho once again, and then we're all going to go back to the same. What is Jericho doing for anybody while he continues to lose all of his matches? And this time he's going to lose in his Painmaker garb. And I think the idea being, I know, look, it's Chris Jericho. He loses all of his matches. Even he lost the Ricochet feud. He could lose the Tommaso Ciampa feud. Oh, he's got the Painmaker gear on. Yeah, from like 10 years ago. And this is 54, 55-year-old Chris Jericho. What, like, he's done so many different things, but the one thing he hasn't done to really put somebody over is lose the Painmaker garb. And I know people, well, I know you are a fan of the Painmaker persona of Chris Jericho. Others are not. I don't really care either way. He's got face paint on. He carries a baseball bat. You could call him Sting at that point. I don't care. But like I look at this, and clearly Jericho takes it seriously, and this is something in between for Ciampa. So I'm going to pick Tommaso Ciampa to win and pin Chris Jericho. And we're going to act all shocked that he lost again. And then we'll go back, and then somehow we will repeat this same cycle over and over again, where people say, oh, Jericho, he's just hogging about the spotlight, not putting anybody over. Meantime, he loses all of his matches. So Tommaso Ciampa wins, no holds barred.
He's not winning, Zach.
Look, I got a bit to commit to. I'm sticking with it. Lee, when Ciampa wins, I'm gonna laugh so hysterically hard. It's gonna be awesome. It'll be audible over the broadcast. How much I will laugh. Well, look, here's the thing. Logical booking sense, it makes total sense for Jericho to win. He probably should win based on the feud.
Yep.
But that was also the same thing in the Ricochet feud when he came back. And what was the thing? Ricochet pinned him and won. And he moved on. So it's probably going to happen again. And people will act shocked. And then I'll be like, look, I've been saying it on this show since he joined AEW.
Hold on. He beat Ricochet at the end of the feud.
Wasn't there a Dynamite where he he pinned Jericho clean or whatever?
Yeah, for sure.
So
pay-per-view, Ricochet pinned Jericho with the Rico Salt.
Yep.
And then the Demand beat Jericho in the Hurt Syndicate.
Yep.
On Collision. And then the Don Callis family and Dynamite, Andrade, Mark Davis, and Ricochet beat Jericho and the Young Bucks.
You know that song, All I Do Is Win, 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 no matter what? This is the opposite of that.
But the last match, Jericho did defeat Ricochet on Dynamite.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay. And so now he's lost to Tommaso Ciampa at Beach Break.
Mm-hmm.
He's not losing again, Zach. Come on.
I can't wait for when he loses again. It's gonna be great. And then he'll look to me. He's like, "Whoa, he lost again!" And I'm like, "Yeah, he loses all the time." He got out of all those results, he listed one win since he's gone back in AEW.
Yeah, but it was at the end of the feud, and this would be the end of the feud.
I thought the Beach Break match was the end of the feud when Ciampa was saying, "And now it's time to move on." But then it's like, no, wait, Jericho's got the Painmaker gimmick. So look, I'm just look, could Jericho win here? Absolutely. But I got bits to commit to, Lee. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, but you can't just say, "Oh, well, I stuck to my bit." And yeah, I lost, but I stuck to my bit and then claim that that's a win.
Lee, I've won so many times with this bit. I need something to cling on to. So I'm just going to stick to the bit and I'll lose. It'll be like, oh, wow, the rare Jericho win. What does that make me now? 153-2 or whatever when it comes to this predictions. So whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on.
Yep.
We'll agree to disagree there.
Yep.
Cage and Cope against Claudio and Pac. And if you can believe this, Zach, on Dynamite, the challengers came in and left the champions laying.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Because we haven't seen that from any of the other people to build up a feud. They just came in and they beat them up in the back. And they left them laying. They draped the belts over them, stood over them, intimidating them while they were down. And now we got ourselves a match. Zach, there is zero chance that Claudio and Pac are winning the tag team championships going into All In.
I agree. Cage and Cope are going to retain. They'll keep their belts. I think it should be a fun little match.
Yeah.
I think these two teams will go out there and have a good match. So
is your Pew Pew boy going to take the pin?
Oh, is Mr. Pew Pew going to take the, probably
not. He never takes the pin.
No, you think Pac's getting the shoulders on the mat? 1, 2, 3 and
Hundo. As the kids say.
Hundo.
I
had some people reach out to me. He's like, Epi. Well, the kids don't say Epi, and I'm like, I guess they don't say Epi. I'm not with it. I don't know. Like kids are saying all these things these days, so I don't know.
Yeah, Zach, you're a kid. You say Epi. That's all you need to know.
I appreciate you thinking I am a child, but I am I am not with it. I work in radio after all, so
it's true. I'm trying to go through because I think that this is interesting. One match that I can find, well, I guess two, that Claudio has taken a pin in. He took the pin in the quarterfinal of the Owen to Brody King.
Right.
And he took the pin losing the World Heavyweight title of CMLL to Hechicero.
So some bigger spots.
Yeah, on Collision, he also took a pin from Konosuke Takeshita. Okay, you know what? I'll go back on that a little bit. He hasn't really taken a pin in a lot of big spots or like spots where he's losing to just anybody.
Right.
I think Pac's taking the pin. That's my point. But we both agree that Cage and Cope, they're going to get the big reaction. They're going to win.
Yep.
All right, let's tune it up now because we only got a couple of matches to go. I will go to the International Championship. Everybody banned from ringside. Kyle Fletcher and Bandito. I don't think there's a chance that Kyle Fletcher's losing, especially with the tease on Dynamite and getting hit by Kazuchika Okada. I still think they're building for the three-way dance, shall we say, Zach?
Thank you. Thank you. This is not WWE, so we don't say triple threat around here. The only mention triple threat will be the ECW stable. Thank you very much.
So, three-way dance with Fletcher, Takeshita, and Okada at All In. I've always thought that they were going to do this. This can be a really, really good match. Kyle Fletcher's going to brag about beating Bandito with no help. And I think that's going to happen.
This match has all the potential of the world to be like a match of the year candidate, considering the high level in-ring performers these two are. It wouldn't shock me if they try to attempt some crazy high spots in this, considering both men. This really has potential to be the match of the night here. I'm really looking forward to this match. I agree with you. I've got Kyle Fletcher retaining the championship over Bandito, but I think fans will be out of their seats for this match. I'm really excited to see where this goes.
I wish I could say that the last match, which I'm going to talk about second last, because I really want to talk about the last one. I don't see Kenny Omega and Kevin Knight being even in the top 2 best matches of the night. That's a bit of a concern, and I could be wrong. It's the main event, so it's going to be given more time. I mean, it's Kevin Knight is never winning the title. I don't like him at all. It'd be amazing if he won because it would be so shocking to me.
Yep.
Like, I would be blown away as a viewer there, like just jaw to the floor. And I always like when you can do that to people. I would be. My jaw would hit the floor if Kevin Knight won the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
So I'm not picking him. And I don't think that this, at the end of it, I think there's going to be a couple of matches that we're going to be talking about more than this one. So what does happen in this match to make it captivating? Kevin Knight, Kenny Omega for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
I think you need to have an all-worldly performance here from Kevin Knight to really prove some doubters wrong and show that he belongs in this mix and he's deserving of this push. And I do think Kenny Omega is a guy that's going to go out there and do everything possible to make his opponent look good. He's one of those rare talents, like a Young Bucks, funny enough, with his boys there, and a Will Ospreay, that can go out there with an opponent that could either be perceived lesser or is lesser and make people believe that they could go out there and have one of their best matches against them. And I think Kenny Omega will take this as a challenge. I think Kevin Knight is aware of the spotlight that's been put on him. They've been giving him a lot of opportunities. I've mentioned before, I think I'm a little higher on Kevin Knight than you are, but I am also at the stage of him where I'm like, okay, he's got to have to show me a little bit more to show that he's worthy of this push. So this is a big spot for him. I'm intrigued in that sense of how is Kevin Knight going to look in a spot like this? Even if it's not main event, this will still be one of those matches that's clearly been marketed as something you got to go see because Kenny Omega's his opponent. So, while I want to come on here and say Kevin Knight's going to shock the world in Montreal and he's going to win the world championship and go to Wembley and All In and defend that championship against Will Ospreay, that's not going to happen. But what I am looking forward to is just, can Kevin Knight step up to the plate? It's something I've been begging for a lot of the major companies, is to try and give some guys an opportunity, and let's see if these guys can swing and hit a home run. So let's see what this match can do. I've got Kenny Omega retaining the championship.
Is this the main event?
No.
Wow.
I don't think it'll be the main event.
It's like my heart doesn't want it to be the main event, but my head still tells me that It probably is.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end, no matter how they get there, Kenny Omega is going to be standing there holding the title. And my guess is that you're going to see Will Ospreay out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how do you think that the one match we haven't talked about is going to be the main event?
Yes. Mainly because of the Moxley factor. Because obviously you got the built-in match with Will and Kenny coming into All In. But when you've got the Bucks involved in this match too and Moxley, I think it would make sense if they're all out there at the end of the show and you get some sort of big angle to really kind of sell it for not only Dynamite, but something you can put on to for All In later on.
What's the angle?
Maybe you have like Death Riders coming out at the end, showing support for Will and the Bucks with Kenny. Like, I feel like there could be that sort of standoff between those two sides as they've been building up more of the tension between Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, and Kenny saying, look, you shouldn't be with the Death Riders. The John's trying to, get into your mind on stuff. Like, I think an angle like that could be something that could happen.
What if, like, I'm trying to think of something big. So let's just talk about the last match, and it is Ospreay and Jon Moxley against the Young Bucks. I wish they just didn't weirdly just announce it on Collision last week.
Yeah.
For such a big match. It's the one I'm looking forward to the most. I don't see how the Bucks win this match. But I do feel like you that they're going to do something bigger. So first of all, I have Moxley and Will Ospreay winning this match. I don't think it's the main event. I do think that there's a little bit more tension involved with Moxley and Will Ospreay, but I'm interested at what the bigger angle is. You don't think the Bucks are going to win this match, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm really looking forward to the match. You think it's going to be the main event, that would be crazy to me.
The only reason why I would, because of the potential having all those guys in the ring at once at the end, you could make the same argument for the title match if you wanted to, but the odd man out is Kevin Knight in that instance. And how I'm viewing it is, if they are really committed to pushing Kevin Knight, I don't think they want him to be a background player after he loses his match against Kenny Omega for the bigger feud. So that's what's kind of driving my thinking.
To just go away and get out of the way for the bigger feud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The thing with that tag match, too, it also has the potential to be the opener. Like, this could be the thing that sets the tone and opens the show.
Yeah.
If they wanted to. So that it could really be either or in my mind. But I'm picking it in the main event because I think it makes sense. Because I think the one thing, if you're going to have a card like this, where I think on paper, while there's some good matches here that I'm looking forward to, I think if you were to ask a fan of AEW about this card and compare it with other cards, I think they would look at it on the weaker end, comparatively speaking.
Right.
So I think you need to come away from a card like this with something that makes you go, oh, like this card's done. What a way to end the show. Similar to All Out a couple of years ago when Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson came out at the end and you're like, whoa, like these big stars just came out. I'm wondering if they're going to do something along that same energy for the end of the show.
Our boy Eric says, is the main event always unknown? And I think that's a really good question because I think my answer is yes, it is always unknown. Now, it can be very, very heavily implied. And sometimes they come out and tell you, but not always.
Mm-hmm.
And we go into most shows just assuming what the main event is going to be. But to your point, they have switched some things up, especially when their main event doesn't, like Kenny Omega against, I don't know, like pick somebody else. Like whether it is Will Ospreay or Andrade or is guaranteed to be your main event. Kevin Knight, I don't know, right? Like,
Yep.
I like what you're thinking, that it's about what the goal is at the end of the show and what you're going to leave people with. And when we can get everyone down to the ring and have this crazy, great tag team match with 4 of the best wrestlers in the world, it's not that hard to get Kenny Omega back. So what is the big angle, though? Because I have a out of left field that I don't know that they would do it at this show, but I guess I'm wondering if the Death Riders are really going to add. And if they do, is it Kenny Omega? And is this what Moxley have been preparing Will Ospreay for, that you never know and you got to do all of this because everyone's just going to sing Kumbaya at the end with the Death Riders and Will Ospreay when he wins the world title all in? Everyone's going to sing Kumbaya, Zach? I don't know about that. What's the big angle at the end of this show? Like, I'd like them to hit us in the face with something to go, wow. Like, it's not just Kenny Omega wins, Will Ospreay and John Moxley win. They come nose to nose at the end of the show. It's like, yeah, okay. We already know they're fighting. We already know they're friends that are kind of getting agitated with each other already. I'd like there to be a big angle.
Could it be because of Ospreay really taking in everything from the Death Riders? Maybe once Moxley and Ospreay win their match, the Death Riders beat up the Bucks some more, but Ospreay's kind of on the outside. And you have, Moxley looking, it's like, if you're going to be part of this, you got to, go by this like total annihilation sort of deal.
Right.
And then you have Ospreay come in and he also beats up on the Bucks, and that drives Kenny Omega to come down and face off against him. Now, with the implication of that, you start to have him to be a little bit more heelish in his tendencies, but it would certainly be something different coming in. And I think that crowd would be cheering Will Ospreay anyways coming into Wembley.
No,
so,
they've set it up for a long time for people to cheer Will Ospreay.
Yep.
Is the Zodiac going to come out?
The Booty Man's coming out.
No, I mean like the full group.
The like, Dungeon of Doom's coming out.
Whatever Earthquake's name was.
Yes.
The Shark.
Shockmaster wasn't in.
That was way
that was before then. I'm thinking of the Yeti. It's the Yeti. Ron Reese is just like, he's hugging the guy in the ring. Just that man's got to be over 7 feet tall.
The Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's more here. And is Kevin Knight just going to lose and go away and people are going to applaud him because of his effort? Is that what's going to happen?
Depending on the card. It's not depending on the placement of the card. I do think they want to focus and make sure that, again, A lot of pressure on him, but I think the idea should be coming out of that match that, yes, he might have lost, but this guy is a title contender at the end of it. And they're going to do everything that they can to make sure that happens.
Can you remind me, did Kyle Fletcher have the TNT title when he fought Hangman?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did, if I remember correctly. He had the pink strap around it or whatever.
I don't mind the TNT champion getting a shot at the world title at a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I don't happen to love that it's Kevin Knight this time, but I like that idea. Like, you never really see the Intercontinental Champion in the WWE wrestle for the world title. And it's supposed to be like the second best guy in the company. But they don't treat it that way. Okay, so any final thoughts on this when it comes to like big kind of shocking angles? Because you've said a lot, but I haven't really heard anything. It's kind of like John Cena and the Y with Brock Lesnar. Like
I feel like I said a lot more than John Cena did in the first episode of WWE Unreal, which you can listen to right now, and you could hear me lose my mind in the first 5 minutes of the review. And asking myself, how did Lee get me into this situation again? And literally on the air, openly saying, I can't wait to go back outside and feel the wind again. Like that's how this first episode was.
You did say the wind too. Yeah.
Yes. The sun, the wind, the trees, the grass. Like I was openly wanting to get back to some semblance of reality. Because I was not getting my reality from this WWE Unreal show. But having said that, no, I mean, here's the thing. I could be the smart ass, be like, well, my job's not to book that angle, Lee. I'm just thinking out loud and saying, if you want to end the show with an angle, they should do it. They're the ones that get paid the big bucks to determine how that's going to go, you know? So, so I could say that. But I mean, I do think there's going to be some sort of angle. I think you're going to see more of Ospreay embracing that Death Riders, mentality and beating up on one of Omega. Like, you got to build up some heat into the feud with he and Omega a little bit more.
Yeah.
So what a way to do it than just have him attack his best friends with the Death Riders. I think it makes sense. And I think you can safely do that because Ospreay is going to get cheers at Wembley.
I don't know that that's a big angle, though. I guess that's what I'm saying to you.
You don't think so?
It's an angle. I wouldn't say it's a big angle. I guess I'm just looking for something to get us out of our seat. And the match is going to be good, but is some sort of angle. Like, are we just not going to see Hangman and Swerve and MJF? Like, we're just not seeing any of them?
With the way that this card has been organized, I wouldn't be shocked if we see neither one of those guys in Montreal. MJF, I think, is the most likely to not be on that show because I feel like he would have a match on this card if he was available based on how he was showcased on TV. I could see a Hangman. Swerve is kind of like the way... And this is what I was thinking back to. I believe Tony Khan said something about we're going to get more answers with Swerve after the show or something like that in that media call. So that's also something to kind of keep an eye on, but
not really though. Like, Zach, come on, All In. It's going to have Swerve on it and Hangman on it and MJF and everybody.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, look, after Redemption, there's only a month till All In. Of course, we're going to see those guys. Of course, we're going to get answers. Aren't we? They're all going to be on the show.
On Redemption?
No, on All In.
Oh,
so of course, we're going to get answers.
They're definitely going to be on All In. I thought you were saying Redemption. Are those three guys going to be on Redemption?
No, I don't know. We're going to find out on the media call. We're going to find out what path. Of course, we're going to find out.
Yes.
They're all going to be at All In, and it's in a month. Of course, after the Redemption, we're going to find out. I just wish I had something a little bit more like.
Yeah. Well, I think that's also something where I think we have to come to the reality of what this pay-per-view is for AEW. A stopgap.
I can't believe you just said that.
I know. I mean, look, I think if you were to compare it to other pay-per-views, I think it's a bit of a stopgap, Lee.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I don't disagree with you. I just don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Hurts me.
That's what we do on this show, Lee. Sometimes you just got to bring the reality check. And more often than not, we'll be the heels about it. We'll be the heels of the fans' eyes for saying it. But sometimes you did the reality check. Whose finishing move was called the reality check? Was it The Miz that had a move called the reality check?
Probably. He was dominant though, no matter what move he did.
Yes, it was the Miz who had a.
Well, he was a very famous reality guy.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see like any surprises?
I'm trying to think of there's some guys that their contracts are available now of some of the recent releases from WWE. Their 90 days are up.
Who's that? Because New Days
like,
aren't, are they?
I don't think New Days are. I think they were a little bit afterwards, but Malachi Black, Lee, Malachi Black could be available and might be making his return to the company. Who knows? Motor City Machine Guns are available, but I think they're in Detroit this week. So that feels like a more than likely to just save that if they're going to debut in AEW for Detroit.
Okay. Is there a chance FTR comes back?
Yes. I think there's a very strong chance that they wanted to get going on plans for FTR back in the tag title picture for All In. If they wanted to do because I said it a couple months back when New Day got cut. It's like, if you wanted to do, and you know me, Lee, I'm not exactly a fan of the Four Corners match or the four-way dance, and I'm not calling it by the other title over there.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, oh, you got Cage and Cope, you got the Bucks, you got FTR, and now you could have a debuting New Day, and you could do something reminiscent to just really showcase tag team wrestling in this company. So I could see FTR coming back, setting up the feud.
I don't see. I would have thought Eric would have been at pickleball by now. Maybe sitting in the parking lot, listening to us. Like, he just said, guys, I can't play yet. Like, these guys are just so riveting.
Yes, he's locked in.
Was the reality check as devastating as Hogan's leg drop? Zach, we actually need, like, Eric's kind of getting me fired up right now. Yeah. We actually need to do a show again, like a full show on worst finishing maneuvers and how ineffective these finishing maneuvers were, and do whatever, like 2 through 100 with Hogan's leg drop being number 1.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I didn't think I would ever see reality check and Hulk Hogan in the same sentence. You know what I mean? So I was just as shocked to read that.
It was the worst finishing maneuver of all time. The fact that he didn't hook legs almost ever, he did when he won the title, but like, you know how I'm going to beat Macho Man Randy Savage at WrestleMania 5 after a year feud? I'm going to Hulk up. I'm going to big boot, big leg, like big boot, I guess, to the face, leg drop, and not hook a leg and beat him.
Mm-hmm. That's the Hulkster, brother. Hogan must pose, Lee.
Oh my God. Like, I can't. I start to get, it's just so embarrassing. Was it you that said that it was going to like the possibility of like a tag team gauntlet at All In?
I don't remember mentioning any
Oh.
sort of gauntlet.
It's
So
probably the
super fan.
yeah. Not the super dog, I'll tell you that.
No, it's not right now. That's for sure.
No.
And been in that same spot for about an hour and a half now. It's unreal.
Hey, Rip. Ripley. Nothing.
Nothing.
Just nothing.
No response.
Didn't even open up the eyes.
Yeah.
I did hear a story, though, that the first time that she went to doggy daycare, it was like 2 days.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
Like that night, the next day, and like the following morning. Still just nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
I just read a story on like 6 possible surprises.
Ooh, okay.
And I'll just throw them at you.
All right.
Because once like for me, the gauntlet match, I think it was Ben that mentioned it, the tag team match. It actually makes sense because to me, you could bring back the Motor City Machine Guns. You could bring back FTR back into the group.
Yep.
Certainly, you could have the debuting New Day. Right? Like you could really make that one of the biggest tag team spectacles we've seen in a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm. It'd be a statement maker.
Right. Like, here is our tag team division.
Yep.
We are going to go forward with this tag team division, and we're going to show you how great it is. And look at all these amazing teams. And 3 of them, like I just said, FTR not there yet, or not back yet, and Motor City Machine Guns and New Day coming in, along with some of the great teams you already have.
Mm-hmm.
Cage and Cope and the Young Bucks. Like, it would be this. Here are all of our tag teams, and this is why in the tag team division we are so much better than everybody else. So I don't mind the idea.
Yep.
Okay. The 6 surprises.
All right. I'm fascinated on what these surprises are.
In no particular order.
Okay.
Bandito becomes the double champ and beats Kyle Fletcher and goes into Grand Slam Mexico as the double champion.
That would be surprising. I don't see it happening, though.
Yeah. I don't either. Just because they're already teasing the Okada Fletcher, and we know Fletcher and Takeshita, and we know Okada and Takeshita. It makes way too much sense. And those 3 in a 3-way dance at All In, like, yes, please. Like, yep. I just can't wait for that. Why do something to screw that up?
Absolutely.
Like, you already have an amazing plan. I don't know that this is a massive surprise, but Kaylee Ray, former Alba Fire, is available. And does she make an appearance? Would that do anything for you?
It would definitely be a surprise.
Former NXT UK Women's Champion.
Yeah, I mean, she was somebody when she was cut. I was like, I could see her being like a dark horse signing for AEW. Because I think she's a better wrestler than how they pushed her. I don't know if debuting her on the pay-per-view would be the way to go. It certainly wouldn't be. I don't think it would be in the main women's title. It would probably be something to do with the TBS championship if you're going to debut her. So,
as Rich says, former tag champ as well. I apologize, Rich. The belts that they just, you're right. Didn't she win in Scotland? Yeah, I'm sure they needed a pop. So they rolled the dice and said the women's tag.
Yeah. Not roll the dice, Lee. They spun the wheel. And we land on the women's tag team championships for this Raw.
We need a pop tonight. Which of these 4 titles are we going to change?
The U.S. Championship is the one that's going to change hands tonight.
They had FTR returning, costing Claudio and Pac, and getting back in line against Cage and Cope. They had the Motor City Machine Guns debuting as well. They have John Moxley turning on Will Ospreay and completely leaving him laying.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's happening until after All In.
I agree.
I think it's a little too soon.
It sets up a massive program for Will Ospreay.
Yep.
Once he gets the title with somebody that's very credible. I don't know why you would do it now. It kind of, I don't know, like it kind of puts too much going on at once.
Right.
And their biggest surprise was Kevin Knight winning the world title.
It would be a shock.
You probably even have to put it in there, right? Like, I don't know. I think you put it in there like if you're doing surprises because that's the ultimate one. But do you think any of those are happening?
Of the most likely, I could see FTR.
Yeah.
Of all those surprises, of the most likely. But that's like 1 out of the 6 I see happening.
I agree. I think people are just throwing it out.
Yeah. Got to get your articles written, and you got to get the people tuned in. And I could say a bunch of crazy, wacky stuff too and get a bunch of people to read. And in this case, listen to my stuff.
Yeah.
Like I could go out there and say, you know what, Lee? I'm just feeling it tonight. Kevin Knight's going to win the world championship and he's totally taking over it All In. Like I could say that. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean I actually believe that, but I can certainly say it,
Well, let's see if you just can predict a Jack Perry match.
Yeah, if Jack Perry wins after I just don't know what I'd do with myself at this point. Like I would both be surprised, but also not surprised. Like it's kind of par for the course. But I mean, it makes too much sense, right? For it to be Speedball, and if Fletcher retains, you got the Fletcher Speedball match potentially.
I think it actually makes sense that he fights a family member from CMLL at the Grand Slam in Mexico.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
Look, if it's neither Speedball or Jack Perry, and it's Beast Mortos, I'm all in, Lee. Like it's like, oh wow, Zach was wrong again. Like, you think that's gonna affect me at this point?
No,
so,
that would not affect you.
No,
You've been
so
wrong so much that
like would people be really surprised? Like, wow, Zach was wrong again. So that's fine. Like, if Beast Mortos is the one that screws up my picks, I'm happy it'll be Beast Mortos.
Okay.
If it's Jack Perry, I might just I just would want to ask some questions of Tony Khan's. Like, what's the deal here, man? It's been 6-7 years of Jack Perry. Like, what could you possibly squeeze out of this push for Jack Perry? But
WWE Radio coming to Sirius XM. What do you think?
Well, at first, Lee, and to pull back the curtain, we did have a bit of a discussion about it off air. And I think you and I both thought it was something different, but then I've read into it more, and it's actually replacing Pro Wrestling 24/7 on their channel there. So now it is no longer Channel 156 Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. It is now Channel 156 WWE Radio. So I have different thoughts than what I told you.
Yeah, so do I. And that's why I was excited to have this discussion with you.
Yes. You know who else has jumped all over on this WWE radio story is in that group chat, the one AEW super fan. Ben Sublier, looking at the programming lineup that's slated for WWE radio. And I can only imagine his thoughts about the programming and WWE radio. And I'm sure he's got it set on his car radio. We tune in every single day. So,
well, Rich, we're not really in the habit of telling people like go listen to something else and not listen to us. But
yeah.
When does it start? July 27th. Got the 3-month trial. But you'll stick with us, Rich, right? So, yeah, I mean, Busted Open, not Sam Wrestling.
Your favorite program, by the way, not Sam.
Not my favorite programming. Cheap Heat Live with Peter Rosenberg. Off the Ropes. The Busted Open After Dark. These are all shows that already exist. So this is nothing new. The Heartbeat with Natalia. That's new. And it's now at 4:00 every day. They're going to feature their own podcasts. What do you want to talk about? Cody Rhodes, 6 Feet Under, The Undertaker. What's your story? Stephanie McMahon, which, by the way, and I texted you earlier.
Yes.
The clip that's reappearing, because I have not listened to Bayley and Stephanie McMahon, and Stephanie McMahon asking Bayley a question from Grok, from AI, is literally one of the most embarrassing things I've ever heard.
Just saying that out loud.
like she said it.
Yep.
Well, I asked Grok and Grok wanted to know that blah, 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 blah.
Right.
I'm like, are you absolutely joking me? Like right there, if I'm Bayley, if I was thinking about leaving, I'm gone.
I'm out. I wouldn't blame her.
So I don't know how to feel about this other than the WWE is making a play to take over the one guy, which I think is a really, really interesting discussion here, is Dave LaGreca, because Dave LaGreca started that show, Busted Open. He got Busted Open on Sirius XM. He literally was the driving force and the reason why the program became popular, and they started adding people to the show. And then once it became that popular, it turned into a 24/7 channel. Like Dave LaGreca has done all the work. Dave LaGreca, I think, is very fair. He gets in his tangents, but he cares about all pro wrestling. For him to be told that this is now WWE channel and they're all going to raise the pom-poms.
Yep.
I hope they're making a lot of money, because it's going to be very, very difficult. And it's my favorite channel on Sirius XM. And by the way, just a hack here, and I'm, again, shouldn't be telling people to go listen to other things.
Yep.
But the art of negotiation with the people there is so, like, you can get a lot. Oh, we got movement.
You're movement awake from Ripley.
Oh, you're awake. Okay, you're just going to a more comfortable spot. All right. You can get a lot. And I enjoy all Sirius XM, but it's my favorite channel. I don't know that it will be my favorite channel.
Well, it's not the first time that... Oh.
Rich said, would have figured you to be a Yacht Rock channel fan. Now, Christopher Cross aside, not a Yacht Rock guy.
No, not a Yacht Rock guy.
No.
I like me some Yacht Rock.
And our good friend Matt Conosvita always used to play Yacht Rock on the former employer's channel and came up, and there is a website. It's called Yacht or Nyat. And it's specifically designed that you put the song in and it gives you like the formulaic breakdown of whether it hits enough marks and the percentages. It's got to hit over 50% to be a Yacht Rock song, and whether the song hits as many marks and the percentages, it's an incredible thing. But I'm not a Yacht Rock guy, Rich.
So I take it if you're not a Yacht Rock guy, you're not a Steely Dan guy.
No.
Oh, I love me some Steely Dan. Love me some Steely Dan.
The old soul McGibbon is just coming right out here. I'm worried for wrestling fans again that the monopoly is taken over.
Yep.
And they'll probably try to tell you that it's not, but they're literally audio simulcasting Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Like, come on. Like, I'm going to tune in, and on a Tuesday night, I'm going to, in the car, hear the audio of NXT. No, thanks.
Well, you don't want to listen to the musings of Booker T in audio form?
I don't want to watch the product, let alone listen to the product.
You don't want to hear Booker. It's him. He's debuting in the NXT. It's like, who's him? It's him. He's one of the biggest free agents in NXT. And Booker be like, oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That doesn't appeal to you when it comes to the audio programming and the live play-by-play of these shows.
By the way, Mike Santana did debut.
Yes.
On Tuesday night.
Or Mike Santana, because he didn't get the name. He got the classic. What's become a thing now in WWE is when they don't have the name.
That guy.
Yes.
And then they call him something.
Booker, it's him. It's him. Different. He's here. It's like, who's him? Who's him?
That's Ricky Starks. Actually, it's Ricky Saints.
It's actually Ricky Saints. It's a great value Ricky Starks, but it is not. It's not actually him. But I will say this. This is not the first time that the WWE has tried something audio-wise. There was the old radio WWF back in the day, which only lasted from like 93. I think it was only 93 to 94. And they did something similar. I think Jim Ross was calling some of the play-by-plays for radio WWF at that time.
Yeah.
And I was telling you this, Lee, that people should go check out. Again, after you're done listening to all the great programming here on This Is OSN, right, and This Is Wrestling, is that there's an old radio WWF interview with Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay. It's
Jim Ross with Johnny Polo, and throughout the entirety of the episode, Johnny Polo just keeps on getting, verbally berated, where Johnny Polo's like, oh, I think you're the greatest guy in the world. I think you're great. Oh, shut up, Johnny. I'm trying to talk around here, blah, 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 doing the radio stuff. But the reason why I encourage people to go check out the Macho Man Randy Savage one is because there is a burial of Hulk Hogan in there.
Really?
And I don't mean like burial of Hulk Hogan like in character. I mean like Randy Savage goes onto this radio WWF program. He's like, he's like, yeah, I know a guy. His name is Terry Bollea. Let me tell you something about Terry Bollea and some of the things. Not a good guy, that Terry Bollea thinks he's a bigger star and all this stuff. And you're like, whoa. Like, you might know him as another name, but I know him as Terry Bollea. All this, it's wild audio to listen to and to think that was going over the airwaves in 1993. So I encourage people to go check that out. It's very entertaining audio. But yeah, this is not the first time WWE's tried to do that. And now, they, in their quest to make sure that it's all WWE all the time, they're getting into these deals. So now they've got their own channel on Sirius, and they've gone into a content partnership a while back with Front Office Sports. So now you don't get the critical coverage from Front Office Sports when it comes to WWE business. I mean, it's them kind of controlling a lot of the narratives. So it's unfortunate.
It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it and I was sad for you, Mr. Versage, as I know you are a Busted Open listener. I don't have as positive of thoughts about Busted Open as you do, but I do think having that sort of outlet that's going away, where at least they were talking about AEW and were talking about now. Seemed like they put NXT at an equal footing as
Yeah, they
AEW.
did, and that always pissed me off.
Right.
But it still was a little bit of a shot, like, on Thursdays, they would talk about AEW.
Yep.
Not Sam would not talk about it.
No, as we have heard in episodes past.
But it's just it's like hearing one side. And that's the issue here. I don't want to hear one side. I want to hear all the sides.
Yep.
I want to hear some critical analysis. And I want to hear critical analysis of AEW. I want to hear critical analysis of everything.
Yep.
I feel like, yeah, we lean sometimes because we like a product better than another product. But man, we even in this show, like AEW doesn't have a great main event for Redemption. It's a stopgap measure. They aired a video that they shouldn't have aired.
Mm-hmm.
They brought Hangman back on some weird collision 2 hours before. You're like, what are you doing? They deserve some pushback on that. That channel was something that you could have an honest opinion on it. Fans could have an honest opinion on it. Fans can't call in and talk about AEW now? Guess not.
Nope.
It's called WWE Radio.
Yep.
They literally just bought it. And look, like, that's why I mentioned about Dave LaGreca in particular. I mean, the other guys, they're usually in it for the buck. I thought Bully Ray, I still think Bully Ray is pretty good at breaking it down. The psychology behind it. For the people, I don't think the people who dislike him actually listen to him. They hear the sound bites. They don't listen to him. But regardless, he was working on LFG. He was becoming a little bit more of a shill for WWE. Nick Nemeth is a regular. He's now the TNA World Champion. Oh, by the way, there's a partnership.
Yep.
How's Joe Hendry doing? Good.
Well, are you excited for Raw next week? We're going to get the concert with he and Danhausen.
The point being, Zach, is that there was always, especially with Dave LaGreca, there was an air of integrity because he cares so much about the world of professional wrestling, not the WWE. And if you want to hear about AEW, and it's not just AEW, if you want to hear about some of, like, you want to hear about what's going on in New Japan, you want to hear about the NWA, you want to hear about MLW, you want to hear about CMLL. I know they have partnerships and now AAA with the WWE, but you could hear about some of the other places in the world. You can't do that now. That sucks.
Yeah.
Man, it's brutal. Brutal.
I saw it and I immediately thought of you when I saw it. And again, I wasn't as positive on it. I'm not as big on some of the personalities there as others were. But one of the things that I did acknowledge was, man, at least there was a public outlet that was talking about AEW and having that be part of the discussion. Because Lee, I don't want to be tuning in at 2 a.m. and they're talking about NXT. Right. You know, it's a wide world of wrestling. There's more to it. That was always one of my critiques, is that I felt they leaned a little too heavy on the WWE coverage. I get it. Number one company in the world. A lot of people could be tuning in, but I felt like there were openings with CMLL, New Japan, you know, even some of the other companies like TNA and MLW, if they wanted to, that you could really open up and really have this, you know, expansive network talking all things pro wrestling. But now that opportunity is pretty much gone with WWE purchasing the channel, essentially. So
yeah, that's what they've done. They purchased the channel, and the people that are involved, I get it. Like if you're Dave LaGreca, especially because Dave was the one who busted his ass to make that work, to literally make the show work, busted open, that was on other channels and was just a 3-hour wrestling show on normal channels, and it became the most popular show. And then they're like, oh my God. And it finally started a 24/7 wrestling channel. And he is the backbone of that.
Mhm.
It's hard because if somebody comes and saying, like, WWE's purchasing the channel, do you want to be a part of it? And you've built the whole thing, and now they're going to pay you really well. I don't know. What are you going to do?
Depends on how much you love the product. And, you know, it's one of those tough things, but it's easy for me to say. I've never been in this situation, but I would just be like, give me a big old thing of money and I'll leave and let you do what you need to do, but give me a big old pile of money and I'll be out of your hairs and you do what you need with the Sirius channel. But it depends on how other people view it. So
Yeah, but you're assuming that they're just going to give him a big pile of money. He's still got a job.
yep.
So if he wants to leave, why is he going to get a big pile of money? That's his own volition that he's leaving.
Yep.
It's a tough spot for him. I feel bad for him because there are people like me, and I'm sure tons of people. I haven't dared to go on Reddit or some of those other places right now.
Don't go over there.
But like, what do you do? Because you've lost. There are people like me that go, yeah, you've sold out. And it's not like, I understand it, I think, more being from the business and you do. And like, isn't just, oh my God, you sold out, blah, blah, blah. And like, well, somebody's going to give me a lot of money to still talk wrestling every day. Or I could be on the unemployment line with my integrity.
Right.
And people don't understand that sometimes. Like,
Yep.
I could still talk professional wrestling, just not necessarily everything I want to do. Or I could be on the unemployment line and have like Dave LaGreca could have my integrity. What does that get Dave LaGreca?
Yeah.
Nothing. So it's a real tough spot because all the people like me and all the people that have listened to him for a very, very long time are going to feel like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to you anymore. You're just shilling their product. You're just another sales guy for their product. No, thanks.
Yep.
You didn't used to be like that.
It's a shame.
Feels very Ted DiBiase-ish.
Yep.
Everyone's got a price.
Yeah.
Sucks, man.
Yep.
I don't think Tony Khan's in a position to do anything about this. But I guess the question that needs to be asked is, just like the WWE going over, like, I just couldn't think of a worse time. Like, they purchased the channel, and that's fine. Like, the product is going downhill now. And now they're going to invest all these things, and now they're going to buy a channel. And now, like, Dave LaGreca and Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer, like, go to Saudi Arabia. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, they'll be the ones saying beautiful,
right?
Riyadh on the Sirius channel.
Like, how long are they going to be able to do that for?
I think you'd be surprised with some wrestlers what they'd be willing to say.
Yeah, I know. They're all carnies. I know.
Yeah.
Just like London Lightning.
Wow. London Lightning taking a stray there.
Sometimes, like, he needs to get over more. So I'm trying to help him, Zach.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
By burying him?
Yeah. Yeah. He's lucky I'm talking about him.
How very Hulk Hogan of you, Mr. Versage.
Like, well, you don't find me sitting here talking about Junior Benito, and look what's happened to him.
Lost his acclaimed championship. Yeah.
Right. Lost his C4 championship, lost his acclaimed championship. Guy's fallen by the absolute wayside. I just don't like. I guess the question is, it feels like the rest of wrestling. Can the rest of wrestling come together enough to have something separate, like on WrestleMania weekend when they go to Riyadh? Can there be like this mass place that everyone else can go and celebrate the world of professional wrestling? And now it feels like, can the rest of professional wrestling get together and do things like have a radio channel or be able to talk about their product in different forms and do it away from the WWE and be successful? I don't know.
I still feel like there's a market for something like that, but it's tough though, because it's like you and I are aware of AEW, New Japan, CMLL, MLW, TNA, like all these other wrestling promotions. But if you were to ask the layman common fan, they would probably like, maybe you would have something like, oh, I've heard of AEW. haven't watched the program, but I've heard of it.
Yeah.
But most would say WWE, or they would still say WWF.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's just, it's just so entrenched in the product. So it's tough to go up and sell them and be like, especially because here's the thing with WWE and their way that they market and the way that they sell themselves is that they are very good at associating WWE with pro wrestling. Where when you think pro wrestling, the first thing you think of is WWE for a lot of people. Similar to how with mixed martial arts, the first thing you think of is UFC, not Strike Force, not any of these other mixed martial arts promotions.
Yeah,
Bellator. Yeah. I'm also trying to think of the Japanese promotion that really started it all. Not Pancrase, but you know what I mean? Like they don't associate with that.
Yes, it's Kraft Dinner to macaroni and cheese.
Exactly.
It's Kleenex to tissue.
Yep.
That you say pro wrestling and people go, oh yeah, WWE, WWF. Yep. No, actually it's the what? That's what we're trying to do here on This Is Wrestling. And what we're going to do is do some van shows. We're going to do some fun stuff on the way to AEW Redemption on Sunday. We'll try and get that out for you as quick as we can. And then we're going to have our post-game, our review of Redemption will be out very shortly thereafter because we're doing it in the van on the way home.
Yep.
And that's very exciting because it's Thursday night and it's coming up in 72 hours.
I know it's coming up quicker than you expect, right?
Yeah.
It really kind of settled in today. That's like, oh my gosh, in a few days,
I'm
going to be in that van and I'm going to be in with all you schmucks.
Yeah.
About,
I like you getting a little edge right now. I know that you're a schmuck, that I'm not a schmuck, and that you calling me a schmuck doesn't affect me whatsoever. But the others listening, Zach, I like this little edge. I don't mind it. It has zero effect on me, but
see, that's why I'm saying it right here, instead of the van. It's like, hey guys, long time no see. Oh, here's the microphone for you. Here's the microphone for you.
A bunch of schmucks.
Yeah. All those schmucks in that van. At least I don't have to deal with the one schmuck who went in talking about listening to the bonus audio was like, oh yeah, I knew what that was, after the Dolph Ziggler. Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. You did.
Hey, even I gave that guy a little, I remember.
Yeah.
I put a GIF out of a guy bowling and he runs all the way down the lane with the bowling ball and throws it about 3 feet from the 10 pins and still throws it.
The gutter. Yes. So good.
That's what I feel. Le Champion sitting back. Oh yeah, no, I would have got it.
No, I got it after the Ziggler one. That was what I was like. Oh yeah, okay, absolutely.
Yeah, well,
you just knew when you heard, Junkyard Dog. You're like, oh yeah, that was it wasn't even 30. It was the last person of the Royal Rumble. It could have been anybody.
Don't ruin it for people, okay?
It could have been that. It could have been anything. I don't know. You got to listen to the episode. I mean, it's been out for a couple of days now. So look, it's been a couple of days. I'm still fuming about it. I'm still mad about it. And just, I can't believe with the setup being, you know what, I think, guys, I think this is going to be easy for you guys, you know?
Yeah,
There's
the
another
setup,
long and the short of it where it was near an hour,
I
you know,
feel
and
like that's the new name of it's the long and the short of it.
the long and the short of it. So, yeah, so I can't wait to see what sort of games are cooked up where I will lose that in the
Yeah.
van and get prepared for
I know
that.
whatever games we're gonna play, that two-time over here is
Mhm.
gonna probably come out on top again.
Yeah. You know
I
what?
might
I'm not really concerned about the games. I'm genuinely more concerned about the Jack Perry pick. I really am. Because I can't go through that again, Lee. He's got to stop being in these prominent positions where he scares the living daylights out of me and is in a prime position to win a title. And I really don't need that anymore. I don't understand him getting this new contract. I don't understand this big vignette that they've made. I
Where
don't
was he
understand
gonna
him staying.
go? Where was he ever gonna go? Like, he already went to Japan,
Yeah,
and he was just
a guy.
a guy.
Yeah.
Where was
I
he
mean, he would have fit
possibly gonna
perfectly with the
go?
Just Five Guys stable, but um, he could have gone to the WWE,
Yeah. Oh,
honestly, and then he could have gone over there, shook hands with CM Punk, and put the photo out there and be like, haha, they owned AEW. See, look at them owning AEW. Meanwhile, the product still sucks and the booking still sucks. But boy, did they own, AEW on that. Yeah, no, I that's the one I'm more concerned about because these games, I'm like, you know what, I don't know anymore. Like, I like it when we work together, Lee, because I think
yeah,
we do a
we
tremendous
do.
job together.
Our random randomizers are
Yeah.
like as good as they get.
Yeah, when we do that, tremendous stuff. Tremendous stuff. When we're solo, like, you win, but you also lose because it goes for like an hour and we're both like on tape going, I don't, could be this. I don't know.
Well,
Like,
the good news for you, or maybe bad news, I would
Yeah.
like you to lose to Steve McKenzie at some point.
look, if I lose to the guy who picked Scotland in the first round
Right.
for the World Cup
And
pool,
doesn't know wrestling at all, but is just wants to learn, wants to come, wants to be a part of it. Really, probably wants to just go to a couple places in Montreal before we get there.
probably that's
Like,
probably the reason why,
I'm thinking that's why.
yeah.
But like, if you lose to him, Zach, I don't know. But like,
I'm just gonna not acknowledge it. Like you'll keep bringing it up as like, Lee, I have no idea what you're talking about. That's
right?
the van stuff. I consider non-canon. I don't
Yep.
consider that part of the This Is Wrestling universe storyline. So
All of that to say, we will be doing van shows on the way and on the way back from AEW Redemption coming up on Sunday. We will hopefully be able to tell you very soon, in contact with the WWE today again, about WWE Monday Night Raw coming to the CTC
and SmackDown.
and
Double taping.
SmackDown. Yep. You were excited about that, which is good. Sit Zach in the chair from 5 o'clock until midnight and just let him have at it.
Just strap me in and I'll be ready to go.
Right.
Yep.
So that's good. But
I did get that day off, by the way, so I'll be down there and
excellent.
assuming it all.
That's fantastic news.
Yep.
But there is a lot, and we continue to plug all the other things.
Yep.
We'll be having some reviews come out soon of Maple Leaf Pro, week number 2, Dark Side of the Ring, Necro Butcher, and Samoa Joe.
Watch both of those, by the way. Really looking forward to talking about those when we get to those.
Yep.
That Dark Side of the Rain episode, like as a little preview, I thought rocked, but for different reasons, so I'm really excited to
good
talk about it. And yeah, I did watch Maple Leaf Pro this morning and looking forward to talking about that as well.
Stardust Tesla says probably should get the next day off too.
Well, lucky for you, Stardust Tesla, I also have that next day off as well.
Okay,
so
good.
Should be set to go for that.
Also, Stardust Tesla, are you going to be in Montreal?
That's a great question. Are you going to be there, Stardust Tesla?
We're waiting.
Yes.
Rich is going. We're going to meet up with Rich.
Will, as we established earlier, is going.
Yep.
A couple other people, some people that I know are going to be there as well. So I'll be
again, as long as London Lightning's not going, I'm there.
Watch, he's probably gonna get booked on some sort of dark match or something like that. Like he'll make an appearance somehow. He'll try and find you in the crowd and be like, Lee, see,
world's smallest package.
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah, smallest package, biggest stage. You know,
like, but you're the second, and I'm like, yes, 2 times I've won the pool. Yes.
I'm glad you remind people about that because I don't think they truly know that you've won 2 pools so far.
Really? Okay. I should go back and recap that then.
No, you know what? Let's save it for the van shows. I'm sure the people in the van will absolutely love that. So I'm
the
sure
people in the van are going to have no choice but to hear about that they are losers and I'm a winner. And that's how it's going to start.
Yeah. It's going to be nice getting on the trip to Montreal. It will remind me of when I would go on to do some commentary for some of the Montreal-based promotions. So that'll be a nice drive again. So
Stardust Tesla says, let's call it a surprise appearance if it happens. Definitely the Ottawa show, which means almost certainly not going to Montreal.
Yes.
Let's
call into surprise. Yeah, I would have loved to have met Stardust Tesla.
Still wondering if you guessed my identity off the air a few episodes ago. I had a couple guesses, but I'm not sure I was correct. So
yeah, we discussed about it, and as we were kind of breaking it down, it's like maybe it's actually not that person. But I like how you're embracing this gimmick here, Stardust Tesla, and just trying to stay in the shadows. Are you going to show up to the Ottawa show in a mask? Like, is that going to be, or actually it's a WWE show. So you show up in a black hoodie, you cover yourself. Of course. Absolutely. So
we didn't even talk about what we're all going to like do, like signage and clothes and everything coming up on Sunday.
Yeah.
You'll say that you got your costume.
Yep.
And then
I did legitimately get my costume at Party City. They did not have the costume there. I bought it. I got a receipt. I showed up to pick it up, and they said, "Oh, actually, it's not actually in the store." You know, and so I was like, "Well, thanks." It's not like I have a thing to go to afterwards.
Stardust Tesla says, "I do have a black hoodie." Yeah, welcome to the club. We all have black hoodies. They go with everything.
Yes. Next, you're gonna tell me you have a white T-shirt. You know, like
exactly,
or a pair of jeans.
It's getting a little silly. Stardust Tesla, though, we got to meet. You can play this game all you want, but
I can't wait when we eventually meet Stardust Tesla and they go, "That's me. I'm Stardust Tesla," and we'll know right away that's Stardust Tesla. So
I'll wear my Mil Mascaras mask. My wife got a AAA show in Mexico. That's really cool.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure you wear that when we.
Yes. And the black hoodie.
Yeah. Because even if you make the joke, though, we should all just wear black masks, like hoods, and go to Redemption. Like, yeah, that's probably not going to work out very well.
No.
Zach, we'll have those shows coming up about Dark Side of the Ring, about Maple Leaf Pro. I am looking forward to Redemption. I hope we're surprised. I hope it's going to be a little bit different than what we think it's going to be. And we're pumped coming home on the review show. That's what I'm like. I want to leave the building feeling like, man, that was super cool.
And I hope we leave the building at a reasonable time. Like if we leave around 11 o'clock after a 6 o'clock start time, I think I'll be a happy man, even though that's a 5-hour show.
Well, it starts at 6 with the 0 hour.
Right. You mean to tell me we're not going to be booking it for 0 hour there, Lee?
The Rougeos. Yeah.
Oh, the Rougeos, of course.
See the Rougeos?
Yep. Say hi to Jacques.
I get a feeling that Costco guy's not going to be there, which makes me really, really happy.
Oh, no, you're right. There probably no Costco guys.
Yeah.
How am I going to bring the boom, Lee?
You're not.
What? I had my double chunk chocolate cookie ready to go, and my, whatever the other gimmick is for the Costco guys is they've been around too long. But
hold on, I need to break this down. Rich says, I know my wife will be leaving before the end for sure. So, Rich, when we see you there, I'm assuming your wife will be there, and we'll meet. And then, yeah, see, this is what I mean. No way she's making it till 11, 12. I'll be lucky to get her to 10. Actually lucky she's coming at all. Are you lucky that she's coming and dragging you away before the best 2 matches of the entire night? Really? Is that luck? I don't know. She either wants to be there or not, Zach. No. She can leave. Oh, so she's going to go to a bar and wait for you there in Montreal. And you're good with that. I'll stay. Double family road trip. Okay.
That's a lot more like, I was like, I was sitting here like, I'm hoping that we're not going to be
the wife. Just go to a bar, honey.
Yeah.
Be there in a couple hours.
Right.
What could possibly go wrong downtown Montreal?
Yeah, on nighttime in Montreal.
Yeah. Are you working on Monday?
Me?
Yeah.
I am working, but I'm working in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So while you're hoping you get out of there at a reasonable time,
yeah,
you're not working at 7 a.m.
I am not working at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I am also hoping for a reasonable exit.
But
no.
But
Zach,
you know what's coming up next, Lee. I still have to drive down to Belleville after that. So,
yes.
I'm coming back to Ottawa. The plan is to come back to Ottawa with all you schmucks and then finish the recording. and then we'll finish the recording.
Please keep this edge. I need this edge, Zach.
Yes. And then we'll finish the recording. I'll come back over to how do I describe it? I'll go back over to my parents. I was trying to think of something similar to Palatial Estates, but
the Bodacious Barhaven, yeah.
Bodacious Barhaven. And I'll get it edited there, and then I'll wake up in the morning for the next day. Hopefully it won't be too long of a drive, but I guess depending on when the show ends, we'll see. And then get ready to get back down to Belleville and get ready because the mayor said that there's a major announcement, the Tony Khan special, a major announcement coming to council on Monday. So something I got to keep tuned in for on a Monday afternoon.
Well, what's speculation, Zach?
Well, the speculation is, Lee, you're going to love this story. You're going to love this story.
Why did I ask this at the end? I'm so sorry.
You brought it up and I was like, well, Lee.
What is the speculation about a big announcement on Monday at the Belleville Council meeting?
Yeah. This is like me saying, Lee, have you brought up your winnings previously when it came to the pool? I don't think you mentioned it enough for the listeners.
Me down. And I haven't told people about how I've destroyed the OSN, like people that are supposed to be as smart or smarter than me.
Yes.
I've destroyed you and the rest of these schmucks, as you like to say. I've destroyed them twice. Like one in hockey where I know, like, yeah, I'm smarter than most of you guys in hockey. Yeah, I just am. But in soccer, I mean, I know I'm really smart, but man, Zach, I destroyed people in soccer.
All I'm saying is my opportunity to pick the people that went into was already gone by the time my selection came up. That's all I'm saying. But in terms of the big news happening at the big Belleville, Lee, on Bell Boulevard, there's a massive space. There's a massive lot.
Hold on. You're
Yes,
telling
there's a Bell
me
Boulevard. Yes.
that in Belleville,
Yes.
one of the main streets is Bell Boulevard?
Correct.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Is Ville another road somehow?
No,
Okay,
there's
good.
no Ville Road
All
as
right.
far as I'm aware.
Just amazing creativity.
Yes. Look, it's you just take a couple of Toronto street names as well, and you got yourself a nice little city.
Front Street, guaranteed.
There's a Front Street.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, but I knew that.
Yes, there's a Front Street.
Of course there is. Because Belleville, when you get past the 401 and you get down, it's actually somewhat on a little piece of water.
Yep.
So of course there'd be a Front Street.
Yep. It's along the Bay of Quinte. But Lee, there's a massive retail development that's planned in that area. And that's at least designated in the Bell Boulevard area.
Yeah, but where is that?
That's if you drive by, you know where the Quinte Mall is, of course, and all the shopping that's around there. That's along Bell Boulevard, Lee. If you go a little further down, that's where you get. There's a lot of land there. There's a casino that's also there as well. And
Zach, I'm literally like poking my eyes out. So you're telling me, like, as you drive by in the 401, Belleville's finally understanding that, hey, more people might stop if we put more things here.
Correct.
Okay.
What do you think is the major retailer that's lacking in Belleville? What's the one store that could really take Belleville to the next level?
I need to actually stop and think about this for a second, because you guys have a Walmart.
We do have a Walmart, yes.
And you have a Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you have like the Home Depots, and
we have a Rona. We have a Rona. Yeah.
Oh, guess is coming in. Is it Chick-fil-A?
It is not Chick-fil-A.
No,
I would love if a Chick-fil-A was bigger.
This feels to me like you must have a Winner's Home Sense.
Yes.
Okay. I say it feels so. It's bigger than that.
I would argue yes.
Bigger than Winner's Home Sense.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Did Rich just nail it?
I'm seeing in the comments, it is not IKEA.
Oh,
it's not IKEA. Although that would also be surprising. It would be actually a little surprising if, like, a little taste of Sweden in Belleville. I don't think you'd expect that with an IKEA, but it's not IKEA, Lee.
Back when IKEA had those commercials, like way back, it was IKEA Swedish for common sense.
Yes. Start the car. Start the car. That's what I think of when I think of IKEA. No, it's not Zellers either, Rich.
No, they just tore Zellers down here to make a pickleball court
in
Bell's Corners in Ottawa. Like, come on.
We do have a private pickleball establishment in Belleville. There's a private pickleball club over here.
Yeah, so, most there's lots in Ottawa, private.
Yes, there's a lot of them. But no, Lee.
Okay, so no, I need to get this. Hold on.
Okay, all right.
I do. I feel like I'm on the cusp here.
Okay.
So Ottawa has one. Yes?
Ottawa has a couple of these, yes.
A couple of these.
Yes.
Okay. Where are they in Ottawa?
One's in Barrhaven, one's on Marival, one's in Canada. I think there's one in Orleans. There's a couple.
Suddenly this felt very like IMAX movie.
Oh, yes.
That's not it, right?
No, it's not an IMAX theater.
Yeah.
We do have a movie theater in Belleville.
No, I knew you had a movie theater, but I'm talking like
not the IMAX theater. No, we have to go down to
chairs and you're like rolling on in the movie like you're on a roller coaster and all that stuff.
Right.
Okay, just give me this.
It's not bowling. Stardust test.
Oh, help me out. Not you.
Right.
The
chat
listeners. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's one in Canada.
Yep.
And it's retail?
Yes. A retail development that's being put in there. Retail, yes.
Oh my God. Is it Best
Potentially.
Buy? Is it Best Buy?
It is not Best Buy, but we
Oh.
do have a Best Buy. We already have a Best Buy.
Okay, so what is it that could take Belleville on Bell Boulevard to the
Yes.
next level? Oh no. Is it?
Yes.
Both guesses came in. Steve, is that Big Mac?
It might be Big Mac.
I don't know.
Probably
Started
wondering what
Tesla at the same time. Guess Costco.
The speculation is that it's a Costco.
Oh no. So, okay, here's this then, Zach. Why don't you take this to your counsel?
Okay.
No, and I'm actually being dead serious about this.
Okay. I say I bring good tidings from one Lever Sage of Ottawa.
No. So I heard my sources, Zach, have heard that so you know where Ashton is. It's like kind of in between Stittsville, Canada, and Carleton Place. I drive to the Barhaven Costco because the Canada one is a crap show.
It is.
It's a nightmare. And look,
good to hear nothing has really changed when it comes to that Costco.
All Costcos are busy.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, sometimes you got to mentally prepare to do it, but there's busy, and then there's like stupid busy, and the Canada one is just ridiculous. So I drive further to Barhaven. However, the last time I did, I had a couple of little birdies tell me that there are on the way here 25 to 30 more Costcos being built in the next 5 years across Canada.
Mm-hmm.
One of them in Carleton Place.
In Carleton Place.
That's right.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Wow.
That's what I heard. I heard it's going to be a bit smaller one. Like it's not going to be one as Stardust Tesla says, hope you don't need oil changes or propane refills though. So the propane refills, I've heard they're taking away at some, and they already did a couple days ago. That's why I went and got mine filled up last week because I was like, oh my God, they're taking away the propane. My propane is $9. It would cost me, last time it cost me $7, so it's gone up. It cost me $9 to get it filled. But they were like, no, it's staying here. Like it's just going away at a couple. So it's not everywhere. Okay, Rich. Best one is Barhaven or Maryvale right before close or open. First of all, Maryvale is never the right answer for anything.
I was going to say Maryvale's a tough one to pull.
No.
Barhaven's pretty good because it's still new and people are still getting aware of it, but Maryvale's a tough one.
There's massive parking.
Yep.
Where at the Maryvale one, like no, like I'm not even discussing the Maryvale one. It's a crap show too. Oh, if you go right when it opens, oh yeah, I'm going to get there 15 minutes early to make sure I can get there to run in and be all rushed when I'm trying to feel relaxed at Costco as much as possible. But the Barhaven one, if you do go off of like big hours as far as like, you know, from 4 to 7, it's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think people are grasping what I'm saying here, Zach. I'm getting annoyed now. Stardust Tesla says, Maryvale, park at the office center. I don't want to park 3 miles away to feel more relaxed to go in the store. I don't want that. Oh, yeah, park at the office center. Like way over there. No. And I'm telling you, Stardust Tesla, if you don't go at like literally like rush hour traffic in Ottawa, if you don't go at rush hour times at Costco Barhaven, it is fully relaxed. Then take OC Transpo.
Well, when OC Transpo shows up, yes.
Don't be like that.
I used to take OC Transpo. I feel like it's
No. Don't be like that.
I'm just saying.
The reputation precedes it. But
yes,
the Barhaven one is when you walk in, it's a noticeable calm difference if you don't go at just a crazy time. I got my propane done for $9. And I'm going to be super honest with you, Zach. I'm an upstanding individual, but you go with the propane and you give it to them, and then they like fill it, and then they give you a number, and they give you a bill for it, and then they put it aside, and then you're supposed to go into the store, do the rest of your shopping, come out, tell them you have their bill, you give it to the cashier, and they punch it in okay, an extra $9, and then you come back and you got to prove you're supposed to give that bill to the person running the propane. They've never asked me for that. I could have just gone in, hey, here's my thing, fill it up and come back. And yeah, I'm number 31. Cool. Take your tank. They don't ask for anything. Could have got away with my $9, but I did not. I did inquire why they were getting rid of the propane, and people were telling me that it's a lost leader because they don't make a ton of money on it. And it's right, because you don't make money. You're opening 25 more stores because you make so much money. It is stupid.
It's crazy.
No, you want to get me going? Here, get me going on the rant of paying $60 or $120 a year to walk into a store for them to have no milk and no eggs and crazy. Hey, when you I come here to get kombucha, or I come here to get something special that they have, and they're yeah, probably be a couple weeks. I pay for the right to come and pay these exorbitant prices anyway. I pay for that right, and now you're telling me you don't have it? Always get remembered for stuff like that. C4 shows, they always remember me for my sweet Sens hat. Quite unique. Helps with in and out privileges.
That Sens hat is a clue, by the way. That's a clue. Now, next time I go to a C4 show, I'm gonna have to seek out the Sens.
But they're not going to wear it now. Stardust Tesla's not going to wear it next time.
You're right. It might be
it's a decoy.
Fog in there. Yeah, decoy.
But again, going in there, and I just wish the only thing I ask when I go into a Costco, and I feel like it's not asking too much, it's going to be busy. You're going to have to wait in line a couple times. You're not going to get right up to where the bread is or the milk is. You might not be first. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that people realize there are other people in the store other than themselves? Is it possible? Is it possible? They just stop in the middle of aisles, or the family of four are walking four abreast down the aisle, and it's there are people behind you. I know you like the macadamia nuts for $28.99, but put them in your cart and move. My God, Zach. The reason you're not talking right now is because you have not done this Costco thing.
Oh, I've been living in Belleville without a Costco, and now they're possibly, maybe the speculation, again, it's not confirmed, but it's been something that's been rumored for the longest time. That specific area.
Oh, it's confirmed. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You told me about a development and big news, and where do people go. Is there one like is Kingston close?
Kingston would be the closest one, maybe Peterborough.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Peterborough.
Yeah, Peterborough's got one.
Yeah, but
Not
not
to
driving
Belleville.
from Belleville to Peterborough.
I know.
But the guy told me like the there's a new CEO, and they looked at it, and like the ones in the States, they're good. They make,
Mhm.
but like their stuff is much cheaper than here. And there's so many of them, and they have other ones too, right? They have Sam's Club.
Yep.
So like they still make money, obviously, but the Canadian ones print money, and you only have to go once to figure that out.
Yeah.
So I asked why they're taking the propane away, and they're like, "Well, they're kind of lost leaders. They don't make enough money. They kind of think the parking spots." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like, you know what I need? I need Costco to get 8 more parking spots because they need so many more people going in there. They need to make so much more money."
Yeah, that you have to battle out for in the lineup to pay for the darn things and try and sneak your card in before everybody else.
Hey, Ripley, you still alive?
She is exhausted.
Like it's Ripley's going home tomorrow, but if I was keeping Ripley in a couple more days, right back to daycare at 6 a.m. Like, I mean, this is perfect.
Yeah.
This is how you have a dog, right?
Right.
Like you take the dog to daycare, comes back, maybe go on a nice walk. Like we went on a nice walk when we came home. It was good.
There you go.
Yeah. And now look, like this.
Just lying on the couch.
You know what, Rich? You're not wrong here. The worst is the sample lines making the aisles back up.
Yes.
Because everyone just stands around. Because what happens, and it's not even that the like, first of all, it's the placement, like right at the top of, like, you're turning a corner and they're placed there so you can't really get around the corner. But I beg of people that are working at Costco in your little toaster oven, that you're making these like sausage bites or whatever it is that day.
Yep.
How about you make them, but you don't put them out like right away. And then you make a couple more and you make a couple more, because they make them. And of course they're annihilated like 4 seconds. And then someone's like, those are pretty good. And then they see like you're 5 minutes away from getting the next batch out, and then they stay.
Yep. So I could go for another one.
Yeah. Like,
especially if I'm not paying for it.
It causes the backup.
Oh, brutal.
I mean, it's not even a bad plan. I mean, half the Costco membership is sometimes like, what do you want to do for lunch? Well, we got all the aisles, the snacks in the aisles, the samples. Yeah. Go get about 15 of those, and then you go to the end, and they have all the hot dogs and pizza and chicken for really cheap. Like hot dogs are $1.50.
Yep.
I think pizza's $2. Like, what do you want to do for lunch? Like,
you've heard the story of the Costco hot dog by the CEO when it was proposed to raise the price on the Costco hot dog.
Yeah.
If you raise the price of that bleeping hot dog, I will kill you. Figure it out in terms of keeping the price at the same.
So they need a sausage sample. We'll be back in 5 minutes sign, like Quickie Mart.
There you go.
Yeah, but people still wait. Like, it's crazy.
Yep.
I actually think they should designate like a certain row or aisle. And if you're bold enough to go in, you know what you're getting into. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
You can be pissed off all you want, but if there's a row and there's like 20, like 10 on each side, and they're all the samples of all the different things that are going on, you're bold enough to go in there. Hey, yeah, you got to wait, man. People are going to be in your way, but you've chosen to go in there. It's when I'm rounding the corner and I need butter. You know what I mean? And I can't get past the corner because of all the samples. That's all I want, Zach.
It surely is at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Make it a no car zone like the garden center. That's it. Yes. You're not allowed to take the carts into the garden center. You got to leave them. You get $1,000 worth of stuff. You got 4 things. It's $1,000, but you got $1,000 worth of stuff in your cart. Yeah, leave the cart here. You can't go into the garden center with the cart. The Spark Street of Costco.
It's true.
All right.
So all that to say, Lee, with the potential of a Costco coming in, I might never leave Belleville now. I might just be here forever. Like the Costco's
what
here
you
now.
Might do is you're going to go there a couple of times in rush hour.
Yep.
And then you're going to come back and actually add to this discussion. Because you'll only have to do it once or twice and you'll just be like,
I will go in. It'll be so busy and I'll be
out.
like, Lee, this is the Bell Boulevard of Costco.
You'll be pulling your hair out, trying to get an extension on the Costco to relieve some of the traffic. It's unbelievable. It is. You talk about schmucks. And I'm a schmuck.
Yeah.
But
look, I'm a schmuck too. I will be one of the first people on that door for Costco. And will I get trampled? Probably, but it'll be worth it in the end. Because I'll get my $1.50 hot dog and I'll be
You're like, hey,
the happiest man in the world.
I need some I don't know, I need some bug repellent. Oh yeah, they got a package of 5 for only like $28.
Excellent.
And you work out the math and you're like, yeah, that's actually a really good deal. And then you buy them all.
Yep. Buying in bulk.
Yeah, see, this is what I would like. More parking at Costco than all the rest of Belleville combined. What I would like to see is like the Walmart policy at Costco. Okay. Because I think it's still true. You can correct me. You know more than I do. But you were allowed. In fact, story for another night, because I have a story for everything. One night, me and my buddy Terry went to a Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And when we left, he got a note that a buddy was coming into town and they were stopping, like they had an RV and they were stopping at the Walmart and they were probably going to spend the night there. And I'm like, what? But you're allowed to spend the night if you have an RV in a Walmart parking lot. Like that is legal.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, we went back and it was him and his daughter. It was an incredible night. Like, I can't even tell you how satisfying it was sitting around, made a little fire outside in the parking lot, sitting around in lawn chairs, might have had a couple of pops.
Mm-hmm.
And when you needed something, you just go into the store and get it.
Unbelievable.
It's unreal. It's like glamping, camping outside, and you're like, oh my God, we didn't bring enough marshmallows. Well, how about
I've got an idea.
How about we just go get some? Zach, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was like, Terry was driving. I was there to have a good time. I was not drunk. I was feeling well.
I hear you.
In Walmart, going to get like, oh, we didn't get marshmallows. I'll go get them. Or like, we need more chips. What kind of chips do you want? Like, and just going and get them. Incredible. It was just incredible. Spent the whole night there. Like, wow. Well, till like really late. It's almost like we camped or partied in the Walmart parking lot, and it was amazing. But I think you're still legally allowed to do that with your RV.
I think you are. I'm searching up the Belleville policy specifically to see, and it looks like you are. So,
Are you guys going to Brampton for 2 nights of TNA in August, by the way?
no.
And I just want to throw that out there that Zach lives literally halfway closer
Yes.
than we do here in Ottawa. And
Yeah.
Zach's like, no.
No.
I saw that they were rolling out Ali and God, somebody else that was not as big as Ali. So
right
to a Brampton Honey Badgers game, like in the CEBL,
really?
to promote TNA coming.
Right.
And
I'm guessing it's not Rosemary then. I was thinking maybe
no,
Rosemary.
it was a guy.
Okay. Gotcha.
But it was like, why are those two in Brampton at a CEB? All right, TNA's there for a couple days.
That's right. But yeah, the answer to that question is no. I don't plan on making the trip down to check out
I would
TNA.
Yeah, like for me, I would actually consider it if it were on this side of Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they were doing 2 nights in like Oshawa or
oh yeah, if it was Oshawa, I would consider it. Yep.
Like I know you would in Belleville, but like for me, even Belleville, I would consider it, but not Brampton.
No.
Like that's I just don't have any idea why they think that that's a good idea, but that's up to them.
As far as I'm aware, I believe they get, I don't want to say it was a paid show, but apparently there is some sort of like a working agreement, I think, that helps them get shows in Brampton. I think is the understanding that I have.
Right.
So,
because I wouldn't hate going if it were kind of closer and more convenient, but
but I mean, we mentioned on the last episode there, in case you missed the Stardust Tesla, I'm probably going to go to the MLP show, that show at the Mattamy Athletic Center, home of the Maple Leaf Gardens. I know it's the same night as when the Sens and Leafs are starting their season, which of course it is.
The season.
Yeah.
Sens and Leafs down
earlier than usual for the season to start.
Yeah. Same night. That's crazy.
Just a bad beat.
That is a bad beat.
Yeah. But you know, of course, this is OSN. I'm not going to be sent down for the Ottawa game. I'm getting sent down for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, baby. I'll be there in the scrum with Scott D'Amore. You know, I'm going to try and get into that scrum.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. I'll certainly try and catch the Maple Leaf show. So
yeah, we did a good review, and I'm looking forward to continuing to do those reviews. I'm actually looking forward to watching the show.
Yeah. It's such a refreshing pace of like an hour pro wrestling. You're in and you're out, get their stuff in. Yeah. It's very refreshing.
Excellent. All right. We'll have tons of content coming from Sunday, and who knows what'll happen before that. But Zach didn't expect a 2.5 hour show on Costco.
No, you told me. Literally, we always do this to ourselves, Lee. Come in, it's like, it's gonna be short this time.
Well, I thought
here we are, 2.5 hours.
I'm literally babysitting the dog.
Yeah.
I thought, the dog's gonna be tired. I didn't think the dog would be this tired. And then I also was like maybe going to pickleball, but then that was officially they didn't have somebody else, so they postponed, canceled that.
I see. Okay, I was wondering because I was like, hopefully I'm not taking you away from pickleball on that.
See, I completely disagree. We don't help in the group chat. No, this last half hour to me might not be entertaining to anybody else, but it's been entertaining to me.
Right.
Like I got to talk about spending a night in a Walmart parking lot camping. Got to talk about all my Costco frustrations.
Yep.
Because you've announced that this Costco, I've literally broken the news that they're going to open a smaller one in Carlton Place. I feel like the last half hour has been good for me.
Got everything we want in. That's for sure.
Rich says maybe you don't, Stardust Tesla, but I do.
Put himself over.
Yeah.
All right, Terry Malaya.
Just win a couple of pools here on OSN, and Rich, you can be just like me.
I was gonna ask if your buddy's name Terry was like last name Balea, and
Nope.
but I decided to withhold on that for the. It's like because I knew it was Funk, so it was okay.
Taylor.
Taylor, I thought you said Terry. My bad.
No, Terry Taylor.
Oh, Terry Taylor.
Like, no.
Oh.
So hold on. You're going Balea and you're going Funk, and I say Taylor, and you're now confusing that with the first name instead of going Red Rooster.
Well, Lee, one of these things is not like the other when it comes to wrestling history, like Terry Balea, Terry Funk, Terry Taylor.
Red Rooster, Zach.
Doot. Well, that's Michael P.S. Hayes, but Red Rooster. Yeah, that was the gimmick. He picked it out of the box of gimmicks, as they said, and
was that after? That was. I'm trying to think. Terrence Taylor in WCW. Was that before or after Red Rooster? I'd have to go back in the history. I don't know. And Terry Taylor wasn't a bad wrestler. He was just a little bit bland. And they were like, we need to give him like some gimmick. And then they gave him the Terrence working with the computer. And like, that's pretty bad. Yeah. Well, you want to see bad? We'll do the Red Rooster. With a red mohawk.
Yep. And he clucks.
Well, he's there to tell everybody about what to do and not do. And Stardust Tesla says, and to snitch to the dirt sheets as well. Yeah.
That is a rumor. Yeah.
But most people are.
Yeah.
Most people love to be the ones to tell others information that they don't know.
Exactly. There are people that like to make sure that the information spread around. Paul Heyman. So you never know who it is, though. That's the thing. So it really could be anybody, Chris Jericho. It really could be.
I don't even think Chris Jericho pretends anymore.
No,
I think he used to, but I don't think he does anymore.
No. And in the world of kayfabe, people want to try and keep up appearances, Conan, but nobody really knows who tells Meltzer or Keller or anything anymore. So,
hey, like info about a Costco at a Carlton place? No. You didn't hear me come on say, I have an announcement. I have something I want to be able to break to other people. I had Zach McGibbon tell me about the big news in Belleville that happened to be a Costco story. And then I expanded with some Costco information after that.
Right.
I was not leading I got a big Carlton Place. You got a Belleville announcement. I got a Carlton Place announcement. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah. But you never know who's talking to the dirt sheets.
Sorry, Stardust Tesla. I'm not. I can tell you, I'm not a talking to the dirt sheets guy.
No.
I'm not one. I actually, and I mean that kind of in the Ottawa media and there's people who love to be the I broke the story and I'm telling you, but don't tell anyone. But they've told 1 million people.
Yes.
About trying to just get some excitement or they want to be at the head of the snake. And it's I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I genuinely do not care. But when I have a Costco story after Zach brings it up, you're goddamn right I'm over.
Game over.
It's the best shirt ever. And I love the fact that it's Triple H that has this shirt because that's the part for Zach that would just drive him crazy because it might be the best shirt of all time in the history of pro wrestling. Game over. Triple H. On the back, I think it didn't say goddamn, did it?
It said, you're damn right I'm over.
You damn right I'm over. But people have taken it game over, goddamn right I'm over. Pops me every time.
He should wear that shirt on a future episode of WWE Unreal. I would pop big.
I hope into it, right?
Yeah, he should show up to a creative meeting with that shirt on, and there'll be a shot of him writing on the whiteboard, and then it says, "I'm damn right I'm over" on the back, and he's writing down. the big plans for SummerSlam or whatever.
Which, by the way, is next weekend. We're
Yes.
only 9 days away from night one of SummerSlam. Only 9 days away. 9 nights away from the beginning of August.
Crazy to think about.
Wow.
And I will be available for those nights. There was a point where maybe I wasn't going to be because something was brewing in the background, but it looks like it's not coming to the fruition. So
Okay.
What better way to separate the start of August than me sitting on my couch and watching SummerSlam night one?
Feel like that could be because it's the long weekend, right?
Mm-hmm. The August long weekend. Yep.
Feel like we could have like a palatial estates long weekend. Like, we could do like a long weekend thing.
That could be fun.
SummerSlam would just be like it's kind of on in the background kind of thing.
Yeah. We'll all do the little dance.
Yeah. God damn right it's over. Right? It is over.
Yep. Maybe that's what we should bring. We should, on 3 days notice, maybe we should try and find some of those shirts and bring that to the AEW show on Sunday.
Saying that we're over?
Yeah.
TIW over. God damn right it's over.
And will anybody else get it? Probably not, but we will, and that's what matters.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anybody else gets it.
Right. I hate to quote him, but Kevin Nash once said, doesn't matter what the 10,000, 15,000 people out in the crowd say. It only matters for the 5 or 10 people in the back if you're able to pop them in the back with what you're doing in the ring. I'm like, you know what, Nash? I don't like you, but I have to agree with you on this one.
Yeah, so. Exactly. All right, we're gonna go.
Yep.
10:25. Never ever dreamed it would ever be this long.
Nope. That's what Costco and RVs and you're damn right I'm over will do. So
great show, guys. Put a pause on my Quantum Leap rewatch binge, but always worth it. I have to admit, I tried with that show a long time ago and just couldn't take the leap myself.
Yeah. Some might call Quantum Leap the length of our shows recently. So that's, so.
Thank you, Rich, for being a part of it. We look forward to meeting up in Montreal. Send me an email, will you, with some info. Rich, okay? Rich, you have to do this. Don't let this go by because we want to make sure that we meet up. All right, Zach, that's going to do it. And we look forward to our redemption shows with the van. And I kind of hope something big happens.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Like I'm looking forward to the show. The show's going to be good. The wrestling's going to be good. But I'm looking forward to something that like, oh my God, that happened. And now that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
For Zach McGibbon, I'm Lever Sage. We very much appreciate you listening to a lengthy edition of This Is Wrestling.